Hello everyone, and welcome to this stream. It's so awesome to be doing a 200,000 subscriber special stream. I did not think I would probably ever make it this far, but it's so exciting to be doing this. The point of today's stream is mostly just going to be having fun. We'll be probably watching over some of my old videos and cringing at them most likely. As well as that, I'm thinking of maybe popping on my Eyecraftmc. We'll play on the Survival Live world a bit, and we'll probably also go on Hypixel maybe, and you can watch me fail miserably at one of the mini games on there. So anyway, thank you to everyone who's just joining on now. I have some exciting announcements during the stream as well, and hopefully we can make this 200,000 subscriber special stream just be the best that it possibly can. So basically, we're going to probably start with looking at this. Now this is my YouTube channel, of course, as most of you probably know. But more or less, the idea is going to be we're going to look through some of my older videos, just check them out, and yeah, and again, welcome everyone to the stream. Someone says, please notice you, I have noticed you. And thank you to everyone for the congratulations on the 200,000 subscribers. Something crazy to think is that it was only about 3 months ago that I reached 100,000. So it was the very end of June. Now it's the very beginning of October. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the music there for a second. We're going to go to the oldest videos of my channel, and I'm guessing most people watching this stream haven't even seen these videos, maybe not even these thumbnails. These are the first videos I ever made. Now you can see that they were definitely not at the level of quality that my videos are today. We can even just scroll through the history a little bit here first before doing anything else. If anyone's wondering why my cursor is so large, it's just so that people on the phones can kind of see where I'm pointing. As of course it's very small without that, but it's kind of cool because you can look here and you can sort of see through time, you know, from 0 subscribers. I think I might have actually started with 4 subscribers, but you know, more or less 0. And scrolling down, you can just sort of see the quality improve and the content change. And, you know, as I did more and more stuff with YouTube, hopefully I was posting better and better videos. And of course, nothing crazy really happened until just about around here. And we can see that, I think it's right over here, is my Ultimate 1.18 mining guide. This was the video that more or less started my channel. And if we keep scrolling down, you can see that after all this content, I finally decided I should probably be making guides. And so I started again. I did this farming guide, my most popular video ever, the netherite guide. It was only my 3rd guide I'd ever made, which is pretty crazy. Then of course, from that point on, I just switched to basically just the guides, and you can sort of see lots of videos that I'm sure everyone's familiar with, just going through time. And of course, now we're getting near to where we are today, and we have the live stream VODs there in one of my most recent videos. It's actually kind of funny. You can notice these videos are not ordered in the right way. There's 1 day ago, 3, 13, 6, 5, so a little bit glitched, but basically, something I'm thinking we could do, which would be quite fun, is to just sort of go from the beginning and sort of watch the first steps of my channel and kind of just react to that, as I've probably not watched any of these videos since I posted them. In fact, I'm going to be honest, I basically did not watch these videos ever. So not even after making them. And, you know, of course, eventually I started doing that when I was editing them. But I don't think it was actually until probably around here that I even had ever used a video editor before. So these were literally just press play on the screen capture and press stop once it was done. So with that in mind, let's take a look at my first ever YouTube video and enjoy that. So let's take a look. We won't watch the entire thing, don't worry. But we'll just maybe take a look at the first minute or so. So we can see that. Of course, you can notice I just started the screen capture there. And
hello, and welcome to Eyecraftmc.
tell me in the chat there if I sound different or not.
So I hope you enjoy it.
It's very quiet.
Today,
I'll see if I can.
I'm going to start work on a new Minecraft Let's Play world. I think I'm going to call it Eyecraft's World, but maybe I'll come up with a better name.
So here's something interesting. I said there, I think I'll call it Eyecraft's World, and my channel was actually going to be called Eyecraft for quite a while. That was the idea, because my Reddit account is called Eyecraft, but the reason why I didn't is basically because there was already a channel called Eyecraft that at that point had just started up. It was doing Minecraft, and I think it just stopped at 50 subs or something, but because of that, when you'd search Eyecraft, their channel would come up. Now if you search Eyecraft, my channel comes up. So because of that, I was still sort of not sure if I was going to be Eyecraft or Eyecraftmc, so that's why I call it Eyecraft's World.
Anyway, as we do in most Minecraft worlds, I think we'll start by collecting some wood. Because, as you probably know, if you play Minecraft, you need wood for almost everything you do, especially when you first start the game. So let's just finish grabbing this birch tree and see what we can do with it. Make a bunch of planks here, and of course...
Now here's something funny as well. I actually had a very high quality microphone I was recording this on. I just had literally no idea how to use a screen recorder, so I didn't, raise the volume at all. I wasn't getting rid of background noise, but the microphone I used up until I think March of this year was the same microphone I recorded this with. So that's kind of interesting.
Let's turn some into a crafting table.
And of course the, background music is way too loud. You can't even barely hear me.
There's so much promise.
Might skip a little bit into this.
Stop mobs from spawning there. Mobs are things like that creeper and things like that that basically want to hurt you. They don't have to be hostile, but mob generally refers to a hostile mob, but can also refer to things like pigs, cows, sheep, chickens.
See, it's interesting as well, because I think I had the idea that most people that would be watching this video had never played Minecraft before, and I have no idea why I thought that. So, here I am describing what a mob is, or that you have to start your game by getting logs, where of course, that's obviously not the case that almost anyone would need to know that. Especially people that are watching a Let's Play, but I just didn't really realize that at the time because this was the first time I'd ever recorded anything.
Mesa biome's quite an interesting biome because basically you get mine shafts that spawn right near the surface of the world. And what's so good about that is basically...
Oh, and thank you so much there to Colin Pike for the $50 super chat. That is incredibly generous, and it says, "Congrats on 200k, brother. Keep it going. Shout out from Canada." Well, I'm from Canada as well, so I'll shout out my own country there. But yeah, this is kind of how it started, and something that's interesting about this first episode is I didn't actually intend to have this be put up on my channel. I had recorded this as a test, and by the end of it I was like, oh well, it's sort of a good recording. I had done it well, and then I was like, well, I'll just put it up. But later I realized how low quality the audio is. Like right now, my voice is very quiet. You can basically not hear it, but I didn't really realize at that time how to fix that. So we'll go on a little bit, as things did not change very much at all between that video and the ones after it. And you can sort of see here, these videos stayed fairly the same. We can maybe click to around here and see something a little bit newer. Might see a slight increase in quality.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Eyecraftmc.
So I mean, the audio is there, and it's interesting because I didn't really know exactly how I wanted to, I didn't have the best idea of how to even do anything on YouTube, and so you'll notice like the way I'm having my tone of voice is very strange. I would say it is the best way to describe it. So if you're confused by why I sound maybe just a little bit strange, it's probably because of that. So
in the last video, we found our first diamond, which was really
a lot bit strange,
cool.
But it is interesting.
But the only problem is that although one diamond is really nice, it would really be better to have maybe a few more than one diamonds, or a few more than one diamonds. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's very cringe. We'll maybe skip on a bit more to see something more interesting, but it's crazy because like most of these videos have as many views as people that are currently watching the stream, and so it's crazy to think how far I have come. These videos were made over 2 years ago, right? So that's 2020 there. And what's really interesting is that if we go through here, even these thumbnails, I actually made them on Microsoft Paint. And so I would literally just take a screenshot, actually during the video. I don't know if I can find it, but literally in the middle of the video, I'd be like, oh, this would make a good screenshot. And I would literally say that during the video, and then more or less would just on Microsoft Paint draw on a number and that was it. And so like I was so proud of myself making like this thing with the two images on it and whatever. But it's kind of interesting to see how that evolved. And then here I actually use like a real, you know, editor, or not editor, but like a photo editing program. So I use GIMP since then, and you can sort of see that evolve from that to then, you know, more interesting, and then maybe outlines and stuff. We'll skip on a little bit here to this. So this is a banner sort of tutorial. If anyone's watched me before I had maybe 5,000 subs, banner tutorials were one of the biggest things I did in my channel. And so basically the biggest part of what I would do in these Let's Plays, I'll show you that real quick here, is I would basically, let's see over here, I would start I didn't initially, but after a point I basically would start every video with a banner. And so see if I can find it here. You can still see I'm not editing it because I start it. You can hear the click of recording, then it syncs on, and then
back to Eyecraftmc.
I start going. But even here you can obviously
in the last
some
video we made
increase in
ourselves
quality,
a really
you know.
cool living room.
I'm not saying it's
and I'll tell you
good,
what we're gonna
but
do
it's
for this
definitely
video.
not as
But
bad.
before we
so.
do that, we're just going to make today's banner. Today's banner is a really cool one. It's actually a bee. It starts with a yellow banner and then with a black poly. Then we're going to go on to...
So I'd more or less go on and say how to make these banners, and then later on I realized that, well, no one's going to know that I'm even making them because they're in the middle of the Let's Play. And so what I ended up doing is I would make these banner tutorials, and they were very offset. So the bee thing I think I was talking about was one of these episodes, but then I didn't even show it again until like almost a month later here. So let's say we go on the flower banner, which is the first one. This doesn't have no views. These did get a decent amount of views for the time. I think this one maybe had 500 before my channel did fairly well. So a lot of these views are, you know, going back through time.
First step in this banner is a lime poly.
You can sort of see I'm going through there, and yeah,
The
banner
second step
tutorials
of
were a
this
big
banner
part of what I did for a
is
while.
a green saltire, which is kind of this cross shape. The third step in this banner is a indented white border, or a white border indented.
Someone says the best celebration for 200,000 is cringing at your old self. It must be, yeah. So we'll probably go through here, and we'll also do some Minecraft later, don't worry. But I think it'd just be nice to see what the history has been. So anyway, and so I watched through, or I made these videos. And then at a certain point here, I think I made this video. This was a glitch I'd found where you could see with, I don't know how much everyone knows about banners, but you can only put 6 patterns on them. And I discovered a glitch where basically you could put on more than 6. So I'm not sure where I say that.
Color. Now, of course, you can only do this for so long normally. You know, after this is 5 patterns, 6 pattern here is basically going to stop us from getting us to be any more random. But not with this trick. With this trick, again, let's say we want to add a brown gradient to this. There's our brown gradient. We just switch out the patterns here. There's our 7th pattern. And then let's say we want to get ourselves maybe a...
Because more or less what it's doing is it's tricking the game into putting the one pattern onto the other banner. But so I was really happy with that video. And then, you know, again, going through time a little bit more, we can see that my Let's Play started becoming slightly better quality. You know, there's things like this where I have no idea why I thought that, you know, basically purely dark screenshot would be a good idea there. Excuse me. We have a super chat from Shapeshifter that says, are these old videos on your channel still to watch? I need to see them. Yes, actually. So a lot of YouTubers will unlist their old videos. I've never done that. I don't think I've actually ever uploaded a video that I've deleted afterwards. And so if you want to enjoy cringy retro Eyecraftmc, then yeah, all these things are still up. You can just go sort by oldest, and you can just sort of see it go from the old videos to the new ones. Then YouTube Shorts came out. This is something that did sort of help me continue on with YouTube and not just quit. So you can notice these are shorts, and some of these did very well. So see if I can find the one. One of these in the middle of the summer of 2021 got, I think, about 60,000 views in like 2 days or something crazy. See if I can find it. I think it's a little bit later on here. Not exactly sure where. I guess I could probably find it on sort by most popular. It's funny because at that time, 60,000 views on a video was the best I'd ever done by like 10 times. I think the second best I'd ever done was probably like 5,000 views on a video. And so it's pretty crazy how something like that can be such a thing. Here's the video. So yeah, this went on Shorts, and the way that Shorts works is they'll basically promote something, and I didn't really realize how it worked exactly, but
When mining
this was my first video that got over 50k views. So
gold ore, iron ore, and copper ore in Minecraft 1.17, you get these: raw copper, raw iron, and raw gold. Of course, these can be smelted down into ingots, but you can actually also make them into raw blocks of these items. So blocks of raw copper. You could even make blocks of raw iron and blocks of raw gold. The recipe is 9x9 or 3x3 like this, and you have these really pretty textures.
I showed this. Someone just said in the chat they found me in 2020. I'm not sure if you did do that. I think I had 18 subscribers at the end of 2020, so very low chance of that, but who knows. So if we go back here, more or less after that got me some more popularity, but mostly just encouraged me to keep going. You can see I'm making more sort of tutorials. Here's one. It's funny because I made this video here was a tutorial on everything about copper, which isn't a horrible thing, but it is somewhat similar to like the guides I do now. And so you can sort of see an idea of like the sort of the first steps towards something like that.
Copper is an amazing new item in Minecraft, but how do you find it, and what are its uses?
Oh no, in the intro, I forgot. Oh yeah, I thought intros were a good idea forever. In fact, on some of my ultimate guides, I had not this one, but a different one, and I remember later on finding out like every time I would roll the intro, like 20% of people would just instantly click off because it's so cringy.
Copper generates in a Minecraft world between Y0 and Y96, but most commonly
like
at
horrible,
Y47.
massive subscribe thing. It's like I had no idea what I was doing.
However, in spite of this, it's very commonly found in mountain biomes, generating sort of like surface coal. You can mine
thank you again to everyone for the congratulations on 200,000 subscribers.
To always get
I really
just a
appreciate
couple raw
that a
copper.
lot.
But with fortune, you can get
yeah, we're
huge
just going to do a whole bunch of different things
like
on the stream here, and the first one is cringing at old videos. So.
And you need 9 raw copper to make 1 copper block.
Oh, and this I was trying to. This is called the height of my editing skills. So I thought it would be so cool if I did a time lapse of the copper smelting, which I have no idea why I thought that would be cool. So, I just like throw on music, and for whatever reason, a glitch effect. It's like, oh wow, it's going fast. And I was just like so impressed with that. So, it's interesting how sort of
it takes 9.
Things like that, it will evolve over time and stuff. Not like it was horrible,
to make
but
1 copper block, and
sort
they
of
look
just
like this.
Overall, what I could do is a lot different.
You can also turn your raw copper into raw copper blocks that look like this. You can also turn
or even like here where it's just a random transition. I have no idea why I did these kind of things. So yeah, but there's something like that. And if we go back to my channel here, you can see how many people are watching the stream. We could have like the infinite reverb and join our own stream, but we're not going to do that. So I'm not sure why that. There's the thumbnail. That's funny. Anyway, so if we go back down here, this is a very cringy video. Actually, this one here. I have no idea why I was doing this, but I sort of like.
Hey guys,
I think I've said this before, but I was initially inspired to do YouTube by like this YouTuber called SB737, as well as Stampy Longnose, and it's funny because. It's not the stuff that SB737 does now, like the speedrun, or not the speedruns, but the 100 days. It was his really old Let's Play series, and so I had the sort of the idea of like making little stories and stuff in Minecraft, and this video was made like 2 years ago, basically, but I'll see if I can show a little, like, 10 seconds of my my little idea here. I thought this was so amazing, and it's kind of interesting to see how things evolve. So we'll watch that for a minute here.
And I think the first thing I want to do is I just want to calibrate.
But it's crazy to think this is the content I was making like less than 2 years ago, and here I am now making things completely different.
Make sure I know its exact weight so I can know what to do with it. So we're just going to put it on here that you can see it's kind of, I'll just turn this the right way. There we go. It's facing like that. We're just going to turn this on. Let that calibrate for a second.
So all right, kind of trying to do something like I'd seen. I wasn't exactly sure what I was doing there even.
Put it in here to heat it up. So we're going to
no second takes here, so like I threw it right off the edge, and I was like, oh well.
This is not a very breakable bottle, so we'll just put it like this, and fell the wrong way too. That's fine, but
no take even after that either.
Is we're going to put it in here like this, heat it up.
Jump into the boiling water.
Heat it up, and yeah, just kind of get it to condense a bit. We want it to be more of a condensed form with what we're going to do with it. All right, I think it's probably condensed enough. But now they're off for a minute. We're just going to turn it back on.
Right, so the idea here was I had like a laboratory and I was sort of
this water is really hot.
doing this.
Now what we're going to basically do is we're going to go up here.
You can kind of see this.
We're going to throw in Substance X. So I'll throw that in now.
And I think Substance X is from some mod, and then the idea was like I fell into the potion, and then, you know, I've been warped away, and I don't even know what the idea was. I think I had like some kind of story I was gonna do, but I ended up not doing it. So this is like the amazing editing, and then the idea was, I don't even know what that was about. I think like there was some, eventually I was gonna have some kind of like villain be like the one that destroyed it or something, but you know, obviously that never turned into anything. And then here's what's funny, what ends up happening is I think I was supposed to show here that I was going back through time, but more or less I went to this is like, you can't see anything because I had no idea what I was doing, more or less, but this is one of the very first 1.17 snapshots when sort of the full Caves and Cliffs update was going to be in 1.17. So you can sort of see here there's like, I think that's actually the old tough texture. That looks different to what, yeah, that is different to what it is now.
I don't think there were any monsters down there.
Yeah, so I sort of explored this and whatever, but it is crazy to think that, like, you know, to me 1.18 didn't come out that long ago. You know, and we just had some Caves and Cliffs features in 1.19, and yet here we are in the middle of the development of basically that same update, and this is the content I'm making. So it's crazy, sort of how long it's actually been since we saw stuff like that, but... Let's go through here. And someone's going to think it's funny my scream there. Let me see if I can find something else. So I sort of go into more tutorials. Like this was that clay diamond trick that was going around a lot. I was doing some seed videos. Let's see if we can find something. I only ever did 2 collaboration videos. This one was one with just some random friend I had, basically. And then another one was over here with this person called, I think, Zareen something, Azrina Sirdo or something like this, but they did banners as well. So when I was doing banners at the same time, I was sort of had the idea of doing a collaboration. Here it is, yeah. So it was sort of like they had part of it, and then I had part of it, and we were just sort of showing like 5 Pokemon banners or whatever, and so yeah, there they are. So it's sort of interesting, like here we are in a video, look, it's the real Bat Boy Halo. No, it's not, but it is funny because, I mean, here I was like, wow, there's 5 comments, that's so amazing, you know, there's 60 likes, you know, but like, now, obviously that's nothing. It's just interesting to see how things change so much over time, and we'll probably stop or look back in just a second here, but more or less, I sort of had like a hardcore series some people have watched. Let me see if I can skip to this. This was also the last sort of let's play exactly that I did. And a good location for sand. More or less. Other interesting thing I've seen as well. It's not well edited, really. It's not horrible. You know, this wasn't actually made, it was only made about a year ago. I think it's, but like most of my skills sort of developed a lot at the end of 2021. So this is still
to the beach there, so
very similar in some ways.
We also have places like this big bald mountain here because it's not a mountain, it's actually a plains biome, which is kind of humorous because.
And so I think the idea was with this is we were still exploring the 1.18 terrain because that was during the snapshots. Everything else thought it was so crazy, the old terrain and stuff, but we'll go through here. And something I actually want to show everyone while we're at it is that there was 2 streams ago, maybe 3 streams ago, and I asked everyone, I said, would people be interested in channel memberships? In fact, I think someone actually asked me if I had them. And I didn't at the point, but I've hired an amazing artist, and if you actually want to know who they are, they're Mythic Mutations. There's a link to their Instagram in the description of this video if you want to give them a follow on there if you use Instagram. But more or less, I do now have this join button on my channel. It'll be right next to the subscribe button, and yeah, for just $3 a month there, which is, I think, is a pretty good deal. You get the loyalty badge, and you have emojis. Now we have the first person actually who became a member. So there's only 4 emojis right now. However, I actually got 12 commissioned, and I can add them as soon as I have, I think, 4 members to join the channel. So more or less, the more people that become members, the more of these we'll get. And so, yeah, basically just the more members we have, the more benefits and everything. And we have sort of these amazing emotes that go from green to copper to gold to diamond to amethyst to sort of like a rainbow look. And I got like some amazing emotes and things like that on there. So thank you to everyone. It looks like there's quite a few people joining that. I really appreciate it. So, you know, of course, then you can use those awesome emotes in the chat of the live streams and even in the comments of videos. Looks like there's tons of people becoming the members, so I appreciate that a lot. So yeah, if anyone's interested on the stream, and of course you can join that in anything, thank you so much for that. So we'll go back through here, and basically, we take a little scroll down. Let's see, so I had the hardcore let's play. You can sort of see like certain sort of video thumbnails. If you don't know what a thumbnail is, it's basically this picture before you click on a video, and you can sort of see they're increasing in quality over time, which is pretty cool. And I might just quickly lower the volume just a little bit for the membership thing. And someone's saying to turn on membership gifting. I can definitely look into that for sure. So let's see here. Okay, I think we have the stream settings right. So thank you everyone. And oh my goodness, I'll react to that in about 10 seconds here. Just a second here, but yeah, you can sort of see these more guide videos popping up and stuff, and there's some interesting videos here too. Like this is something still a lot of people don't know about. Now before I miss it here, we have 2 super chats here. The first one is for $5, and it says you should look into turning on membership gifting. Yeah, I'll absolutely look into that. I'm sure it's fairly easy to turn on. And the second super chat is for $100, which is amazing. It says Eyecraftmc is the best. Thanks for the videos, info, and SMP. Well, thank you very much for that. I really, really do appreciate it. And I really want to try and continue to make the best content I possibly can. And thank you so much for that $100 super chat. And of course, to all the people becoming members, I appreciate that as well. And of course, the longer you're a member for, you get the better and better badge in the comments and in the live chat there. So anyway, we'll scroll back down here a little bit. And so more or less, here's something actually interesting we could do. 11 months ago, just to sort of show how much I've grown, in fact, a little bit, yeah, about 11 months, because it was the end of October 2021. I had my 2,000 subscriber special. Now, of course, today is my 200,000 subscriber special, so that's literally 100 times more. And I mean, most of these subscribers were people from those shorts videos anyway, that didn't really watch my channel. So outside of that, it was probably more like 500 subscribers. And so it's crazy to think that my channel's grown 100 times in under a year. And so I think this video was some sort of like my take on like a little story I was sort of doing. And I forget exactly how it worked, but I think there's some music in here that I had like shout outs for. So I don't know, just like it was one of those like NCS sounds ones. So I probably won't play this because I think the music, I might have to do the attribution there for that. But either way, if we go back through here, more or less, something sort of interesting is that where most people found me, and I'm not sure if that's what everyone here is going to do, but what initially made my channel sort of go really big was actually my netherite mining guide. Let's see if we can find it here. So what sort of happened is that everyone who'd watched my mining guide got recommended the netherite guide, and so then because in it I had this subscriber call out, and some people think it's fake, that only 0.9% was subscribed. This is the actual chart I had because my channel had just blown up and I have never asked for people to subscribe, and so because of that it was legitimately 0.9%, less than 1% of my viewers were actually subscribed. And I'm guessing everyone watching right now is probably subscribe, but if you're not, you could always subscribe as well. There is a little pop-up notification here, but it is crazy to see how even just that's changed so much. And so this very iconic video. Items in Minecraft 1.18 are certainly the best in the game. However, mining it can be time-consuming and dangerous. Something crazy too, actually, is this video is getting on to be a year old, has almost 1.7 million views, almost by 2 times as my most popular video. And I think still to this day it gets about 4,000 views every day, which is like as much as some of my very recent videos get. And so, but yeah, more or less in terms of the history of my channel though, I just kept making videos like this. I have like my 50,000 subscriber Q&A. You can sort of see, if we go just by, if I search subscriber, we can probably find that if I spelled it correctly. Looks like I forgot an S. There we go. There we go. So you can see I have in order here about 1,000 a year, and then or 1,000 subscribers a year ago, and then it went to 2,000, and then jumps to there's a 10,000 8 months ago, and then after 10 it went to 50 in like 3 months, and then from 50 it went to 100 in 2 months, and then 3 months it went to 200,000. So that's of course where we are right now. And it's funny because most people watching this will probably be watching it later on, and they'll be like, he only had 200,000 subscribers then. So it's funny to think how that's sort of like, everyone chatting right now is sort of part of the history there. But either way, and of course now what's really exciting is to think about everything going on with 1.20 coming up very soon there. So that's only 2 weeks from now actually, which is crazy. And some people have been asking me in the chat there more or less about what I think of 1.20. Apparently there's a mob vote leak. I haven't heard of that. To me, I just like to see, what comes out about it when it comes out. And if, the leak was real, I guess that's cool. I haven't heard of it. But I'll probably make videos on all the mobs. I guess according to the normal schedule, it should be after next week that we'll find out everything. And there's basically that. So I think what we're going to do, because we've taken a decent little look here pretty quick, but you don't want to cringe too much here at the old videos. Something we could actually do for fun is I have my second channel. If anyone wants to subscribe to that, you can definitely do that. And there's some really funny little old things on here. So this was made a long time ago. I'm trying to think when it was. Probably, I'm going to say March of 2021. And this was actually part of like some other completely random project, had nothing to do with my channel, but more or less I technically made a Minecraft animation. So you can see the high quality animation here. It's not high quality in the slightest, and I think this took forever to have happen, like just to render that out. My computer took forever for that, but there is that. And then there's this thing called replay mod, which is sort of how I make like my cinematic shots, and this was like the first thing I'd ever made with that, so I was very happy with that. And something you might notice actually on my older videos is my name there was Eyecraftmc. That's because I have 2 Minecraft accounts, and I never had an account called Eyecraftmc until more or less after my channel started picking up a little bit. And so the Minecraft account that I actually would play with until then was the Eyecraftmc one. So it's kind of interesting to see that as well. And yeah, so I don't know, some interesting history there. And then people have actually asked as well what the notification sounds are from. And they're from this. They're also from this other song that this person called Mixer made. They made 2 remixes of me, but this is the first one. I was making a video and I was very bored, so I just threw this silly thing together. But it's like a...
How do you have the perfect warped fungus on a stick? How do you have perfect
It's a bit cringe, I must admit.
Fungus, perfect warped fungus on a stick.
So that's the super chat sound there. But anyway, as of course I am a Minecraft YouTuber, not a YouTube YouTuber. I think it'd be cool if we maybe play some Minecraft there. So, of course there's a lot of things that we could do inside of Minecraft, and usually we're doing survival live. This is not survival live, although I potentially will do some of it. But I thought, what would be more fun than just sort of doing some things I've never done before, and just enjoying doing different things on my stream. So the first one is, and this will probably be very interesting to see what happens, but I've never shown this on stream before, maybe only on a video in clips before. But more or less, basically I have an SMP. Now, I have talked about it before in different ways, but I do have an SMP. And it's very easy to join. You just have to go on my Discord server to find it. But more or less, I am live streaming that, and I'm just going to switch to that right now. And so basically, it's going to switch here to Minecraft. There you can see here on the stream, Amethyst. There we go. So if you want to join this, I have a Discord server. Should be links in the super chat, not the super chat, in the links in the live chat. That's the word. And so... yeah, if anyone wants to basically take a look at that, you can see there's everyone on here, and the SMP's been picking up a lot lately. I really love this because something interesting I thought we could actually do here on stream is, And I've wanted to do this for a while, but you know, there's a lot you can learn sort of from seeing what people do on an SMP. That's what I like about this one so much, is the fact that you can really find out a lot about that. And it seems like I'm lagging a lot, so I might just do that and I just have to turn off. Oh, looks like I just fell off the bridge there. But what we'll do is I'll throw up my social media page there, and if anyone wants to join the Discord, there should be a link in the live chat right there. And basically, as well as that, I of course have my Eyecraftmc Twitch. There's an Eyecraftmc subreddit. There's an Eyecraftmc Twitter. Been really trying to build the Twitter a lot at Eyecraft_MC. In my opinion, anyway, you know, a true Eyecraftmc fan would want to see all my social medias, although you don't actually have to if you don't want to. Things like my Twitch, I've never done anything on, but I really do want to do more things like that in the future. So we'll go back here to my SMP, but if anyone's wondering why I have half iron and half diamond armor, no, I'm not a noob, but I've only played on this world for a little bit, mostly because I'm very busy. However, you can see here the horrible attempt I have at starting a house. There's a couple interesting projects I've done on here so far. You can see lots of awesome things on here. We have tons of amazing active members and things, and soon the world will be upgraded in a sense, and we'll potentially even have support for Bedrock Edition players. You can see right now there's a lot of people on, almost two rows it looks like. So there's like this funny sort of farm I made here. It's kind of like your most optimal potato farm, not exactly, but we have all these different layers of potatoes and things, and I don't know. I thought it was interesting at the time. It's funny actually. Okay, that's very strange. The top of that Enderman's grass block seems to be switching between every single rotation. So we have that. Let's see if I can take this Enderman. Probably a bad idea because this server is lagging. Oh, and one of my armors broke, so I might die right here. See if we can survive this. See if I can just right-click my bed in time. That's probably a horrible idea with my half-broken, terrible armor. But actually, here I know what we'll do. I'll use a boat. See if we can. Oh, that was bad. Come on, Enderman, use the boat. You can use it. There we go. There we go. Saved by the boat clutch there. So we got that. It's crazy how overpowered boats are. If someone wants to check out a slightly older Eyecraftmc video, I have boats are OP. It's actually a really good video. It talks about that a lot. So let's see what we have here. You can see my massive purple cursor there for the stream, but nothing too much here. But we may as well do a small, you know, sort of tour around here. What I'll do is I'll grab some food so we don't starve to death. But I'd love to. Oh, there's some phantoms. I might end up dying on stream. Uh-oh, let's see if I can sleep in time. Okay, there we go. But yeah, if anyone, I'd love to hear in the live chat right there, how many of you people play on SMPs? Do you find that single player you enjoy more, or is it multiplayer? I've found that there's a lot of different things I enjoy doing with Minecraft, but oftentimes SMPs are what I tend to like the most, so I'd love to hear that in the comments there. And someone says it was clever that I used the boat. Yeah, the boats are really a good trick to use for sure. It looks like something that's not a good trick though is the fact I don't think I have much food. I have some uncooked potatoes, so we can cook those. We have such amazing tips and tricks on this stream, like you can cook potatoes with coal. So, but anyway, we'll get those cooking as we wait a bit. I do think someone gave me a music disc a while ago when I was on here. And again, if anyone wants to join this, you can join my Discord server. There's links there, and more or less there's this silly thing under rules where if you react with a pufferfish, then you can be given the server member role. You just have to put in your username and you can get that. And something I can reveal a little bit, although the big day will not be today, but we do have some very awesome things planned, which is exciting. And as well as those big things, the server will be going on to more of somewhat of an official thing, potentially more of a public server than what it is currently. And as well as that, we'll be having the Bedrock and the Java support, which is awesome. So I'm going to go through here. We're going to finish up this, but I think we're going to tour through the server a little bit. We might just wait for those to cook. I wish I had some Electra or something to make this quicker, but that's fine. I don't think I see anything here we can really use to be that much quicker. So we'll let those potatoes cook though for a minute. We'll come back for them. We actually might grab us a couple while we're waiting, but yeah, more or less. You can see I sort of had the first taste set up here, the enchanting table. No base built yet really, but other than that it was pretty good. So we have that. And yeah, there's a lot of interesting things built on this server. I want to take a good look at some of them because I feel like there's a lot we can sort of analyze with some of the things that people have built here, as I think there's some sort of interesting tricks and things I've seen people do. And, I just love seeing sort of the history of Minecraft, especially older Minecraft world, something that's has a lot of players come and go in it and sort of build different things. So, for example, I know a lot of people like the server of 2B2T. Although I've never played on 2B2T because I don't have 8 hours to waste in a queue, what I have seen a lot on there from different videos from, FitMC, SalC1, all these different YouTubers that everyone knows about, is that there's so much history on there, and I found you can really learn a lot from what people have done. So, interesting things on there like these massive flower paths or other, sort of interesting projects and things. So, for instance, right here we have the spawn point of the world, which I'm gonna admit isn't the best spawn point. Probably needs to be improved a little bit, but this server has not been that busy for a while. It's interesting there, the little automatic slime block jump, kind of fun with the skulk sensor there. We have some shops that spawn here. We have random people that I don't think know they're on the stream, and basically, I believe over here there is a minecart track. No, that's not this one. It's over here, I think. But there is a minecart system someone built. Here it is. And this goes all around the server, and so hopefully there's a minecart in here. If not, there is one, a singular minecart, and this goes all around there. I'm just gonna turn down the, I think it's passive creatures. Yeah, apparently a minecart's a friendly creature, which is quite interesting. So, but basically there's this awesome minecart that goes around the server, and we can be led to some interesting locations on here. And another question for everyone in the chat there, do you often build minecart systems in your worlds? I found minecart systems are something I enjoy a lot. As a sneak peek, I do want to in the future make a minecart guide. We'll see if that happens, but I would definitely like to. I certainly enjoy that. And more or less, I don't know, I just found that something I really like, and some people were saying that they found me on So Calm. There's someone making an appearance on the stream there as we pass by, so there's that. And someone saying, what's the IP? The IP is on the info section if you join the thing, but you need to be whitelisted, so the IP isn't really important until you have that. It's something kind of interesting. I was watching in a video quite a while ago, actually, was what someone did is they drank a speed potion before going in a minecart, and this is on a very old version. I think it was either Legacy console or like a very old build of Bedrock, and it actually made them go faster on the minecart itself, which is kind of interesting. So you can even see there people are being added to the whitelist, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go back up here though, and we can kind of take a look at some people's bases, and more or less, this is not necessarily the best way of setting up a minecart system, but it is pretty cool. And so for instance, we have this massive tower right here, and sort of take a look at what people have done. I find so interesting about an SMP is, you would assume that there'd be different things, like let's say most trees around spawn would be chopped down, but that's not usually actually the case. And so sort of interesting how when you have a lot of players on a certain world, as long as most people, let's say, grow their own trees, like let's say over here someone has a massive mangrove tree farm, it's interesting that then you don't necessarily have the issue of most trees or resources being destroyed, so it's kind of interesting. And we have some amazing builders and players on this server, like for instance, there's sort of this beginning of this awesome base right here. You can see we have a mega beacon on here, some very dangerous lava tunnels and things with some, not exactly sure what this is meant to be honest, but I think it's some sort of a farm. We'll go over here, and you can see there's this awesome build here. And let me see if I can also find some other interesting things. So, here's another interesting thing. You have lots of interesting things, but something else that I find quite intriguing about servers is because everyone sort of shares all the resources, you have things like this where there's, I would say a fairly, not super developed base. It's fine, but it's not massive. And yet there's a mega beacon, right? Whereas, normally within Minecraft, you would have, let's say, so much stuff before you have a mega beacon. I mean, getting a mega beacon is a lot of work. And yet on an SMP, there's sort of that disconnect of everyone doing those things together. So it's sort of interesting. And I always love seeing little touches people do, like let's say these cobblestone walls around here. It's always so fun. And, of course, the players can jump over with the speed effect. However, they, of course, cannot have the mobs go over there. So this is also quite a friendly server for anyone wanting to join on, because we actually have an entire section of free things, and the free things are over here, just right next to the spawn point. And I also really enjoy things like this we see with the weed on the side of the water there. I feel like, something that most people need to do is I think it's to really add more interesting features to their world, right? Where we have, let's say, in real life, of course, you can't just, put water sources somewhere and grow something. You have to sort of build things next to where there already is water, or you can irrigate, of course, but that's different. And so generally there would be, of course, water next to the wheat crops and things. But here you can see there's not very much gold right now. It says free gold for beginners. We have a singular gold nugget there, which is very generous. But with most of these things, we have some free saplings and some free sort of just supplies. Get yourself started, food, and it looks like even diamond tools. So that's pretty generous, right? You get yourself diamond tools to start with. I think I might not even have all these tools myself, so might just grab some of these since I've not played on here for quite a while. We can see we have feather falling too, which is pretty good because it looks like that started from the villagers. So there's that. And we even have over here in one of the more developed parts of the world, because of course it takes people a long time to set these things up. There's so many things you have to do to make these big things, but we have some mini games. I think this is a parkour that I will definitely not be attempting, but there is some other fun things here, like a PvP arena. Again, you can see some amazing builds here. It's awesome to look at builds like this and sort of analyze them. So for instance here, we have this palette of different blocks. There's the calcite, the diorite, the unpolished diorite, sort of merging them together into what looks like a consistent wall. And, over here, the similarly colored blocks. I would never think that deep slate and black stone would go together, but they actually seem to quite well, especially since the black stone is sort of partially obstructed there. And we have just some amazing builds. Here's something fun you could build in your own world if you want, if you have a lot of dripstone, is we have this interesting dripstone sort of, I'm guessing this would be for PvP, but more or less the dripstone falls beneath you, and so because of that, looks like the server's lagging, but because of that you can run around on here, and more or less, if you fall off, oh no, here we're at the bottom now, of course, and we can get out. But I think it's like a cool sort of twist on the traditional TNT run minigame, where, there, of course, that's basically impossible to set up on a survival world. With something like this, you can set that up fairly easily. So if I ever make a video of 10 mini games to make in Minecraft, dripstone parkour or dripstone sort of arena could definitely be a good one. And something else that is sort of interesting, we can see some more builds around here. It looks like we have a pumpkin and melon farm, which is built, it looks like in a fairly standard way, which is interesting. We have some of the followers, and if we go over here, there's this interesting build here. Now, I like this build quite a bit because it sort of doesn't have that traditional roof shape. There's this sort of turn to it. And it's so interesting because, as well as that, if we go inside of here, of course, I guess we might have to, oh, here's a door. We'll have to break our way in. We won't be doing that. Oh, I think I'm sorry to anyone who lives here. I just scraped off your oxidation there. But anyway, if we go through here, we can see, again, some of that interesting paletting to make the thing more, add some detail. We have the logs facing upwards, the planks, the stripped logs, and it's pretty cool there. Now, I'm sure you can turn this off as well, but I don't own this farm, so I'm not going to mess with it. But definitely is a very fun server to play on if anyone wants to, and so many interesting things to look at as well. For instance, here we have a fence around this farmland. Now, I would be wondering, why is there a fence around this farmland? I wouldn't know exactly the reason why. Maybe because they would assume that their animals could maybe trample on top of it, although it doesn't look like that can happen. Things like this can also be because of raid farms, right? And so, for example, if they're doing raids around here, they wouldn't want to have an issue with, let's say, a strider breaking all their crops. So here's something very fun, actually. It's an every single color wool farm. Looks like this not fully working because this one doesn't seem to be shearing that sheep, but overall it's pretty cool. And of course we also have an iron farm here. Generally when I tend to build farms, I'll usually make a very large farm. But I find it interesting too to see, very, very small yet functional iron farm, almost an iron micro farm, which is pretty cool. And again, take another look around here. And more or less. Looks like we have a tree house, half-built tree house, sort of grown over, I actually really enjoy this because to me, if there's one thing that Minecraft sort of lacks a bit of, it's good history. And so, for an example, Mojang wants to eventually add archaeology to Minecraft, and so, which I think is great, by the way. And I think that part of that, which is really good, is adding that level of sort of level of quality as well as history to the world. And so that was a very laggy ender pearl. And so more or less, by having, let's say, unbuilt builds by different players and things like this, we can have, a sort of incredibly interesting landscape that's built that really adds history to a world and really sort of takes Minecraft to where I think most people assume it is. I feel like there's different things we have, like Minecraft story mode, that I'm sure some of you know about for sure. And more or less, in something like Minecraft story mode, we have this built up world, this developed world, everyone's sort of, it seems like the world's been around for a long time. It seems like it sort of works more like the world does in real life. And I feel like on a Minecraft server, what's so cool is that you can sort of get a bit of that dynamic if you have a really well set up, and I don't know how well set up this server is, but maybe not even well set up, but sort of a a very well established SMP, one where there's a lot of players on. You can have this interesting system of sort of just a society that's built inside of Minecraft. And I know there's these videos like 100 players simulate civilization, society, economics, all these things. And I do feel like that is sort of something in a similar category as that. So on to another player's base. Looks like we have up here. There's actually a lot of bases around here, sort of spread out fairly evenly. So lots to explore if you ever want to play on this world. And it looks like there's, yes, we've now achieved two pages of players. This is, for now, it's only a 4 GB server, so hopefully it doesn't crash. But we are upgrading that very soon here. Actually, we have a nice little sort of table, which is interesting. So we'll go through here, and again, interesting house builds. Always cool to see this. No windows. Is there a reason for that? It's hard to say. But I always find that to be very cool. So we can go through here and we can see, there's their aquarium. They have all these different features to their house. Oftentimes I'll see things that players build that I would never think of making, and so because of that, we have this thing where more or less we can enjoy seeing the variety of what people can do with Minecraft. And I mean, even like this, the planes on the roof, like the glass panes on the roof, not planes on the roof. It's so cool to see just what people do with this game that I would never think of doing necessarily, and then taking that and maybe adding it to your own builds, to your own projects. We can go up over here and we see another base being built. It's definitely in progress, but seems like a very nice looking base. And you can notice here we have an enchanting area, some nice rose bushes around, some different walkways and different levels sort of built into the mountain. These sort of very complicated sort of systems look very nice. And I think that, building something that almost is a bit of like a maze or a network is always a great idea. Looks like there's something, something there. Interesting. Let's see if we can hide from the people following me for about 5 minutes here. I won't reveal all this person's secrets, but apparently this goes somewhere. Looks like into more secrets. So probably shouldn't be revealing all these secrets, but look at that, eh? How smart. Must be some. Maybe there's a. Oh. I've been trapped. Oh my! I've been trapped. Look at this. Maybe that was the plan all along. There we go. I've been rescued. I've been rescued. That's funny. But really cool still to see a base like that. Very inspiring, very interesting. We have so much, imagination around these builds. And I think that, again, taking some of those ideas, for instance, those multiple levels of secrets and entrances and exits and all those things are really quite cool. I'm not sure if this is the same person's base down here or not either, but it is very cool. And of course, we also have all these cactus in a little cactus farm here. I usually do cactus farms with tons of layers, but this person seems to enjoy a one-layer cactus farm. So oftentimes it's interesting to see that. A massive tree farm around here. And there's even some more bases over here within this sort of near the spawn point society. There are also some other places that are a little bit more wild and unsettled, but it is still interesting to to look around here, and it looks like I've run out of food, so I'm gonna have to run back to the spawn point and get that. But we'll look at this base real quick before. It looks like this one's also unfinished. No windows. There is sand nearby, so I'm not exactly sure why they didn't grab it. Maybe they wanted to keep the river looking nice. It's always interesting to imagine what that is. But we'll go over here into the river, and we're going to try and find our way back to 0, which is not that way. It looks like it is this way. So we have to just follow that rail line there. You know, rail lines are also something interesting in the game, and I did talk about them a little bit earlier in the stream. And by the way, for anyone just joining on, this is my Minecraft SMP. It is on 1.19. It'll probably eventually go to 1.19.2 with some very important client plugins on, if you know what I'm talking about there. And I think that, yeah, here we are back at the spawn point. You can even see here sort of a castle being built, you know. Sometimes I always like really digging deep into what people are thinking with different options. So for instance here, you know, why are these 2 blocks apart? There must be a reason to that, you'd assume. Looks like I've just been thrown some food that is it's very laggy to pick up. So thank you to one of those people, whoever it was, for giving it to me. I appreciate that. Someone says it's a future train station, so that's quite interesting. And again, you know, even planning all these projects takes a lot of time. You know, bridges like this, you'll notice here's a building tip. You have a torch on top of a wall, makes that look like a solid pillar. You know, you can use that in a build and enjoy that, which is pretty cool. We have this base. I don't believe anyone's been at it for a while. I don't remember. But you can notice here we have these sort of little pixel art builds, you know, still within survival. I've found usually people make these things in creative, but here we have them in survival. We have these arrows and a sword, and there's that giant eye at the spawn point that no one's really sure who built. It might have been me, but it might not have been me either. You don't know I didn't say that, so. But we have that giant eye at the spawn point. We also have a pillager. It's probably there for a reason, so I'm not going to kill it. But here's another interesting thing. You know, we have, this is a very old and well-known building technique, but it's the fact that you can use the fence gates to make this moving, sort of position moving fence. You can see here we have the wall, the 3 fence gates, that fence gate in between them, and that's so cool to see. And I think that it's very interesting, and thank you, by the way, to everyone on the stream right now, everyone in this world, and just all this for celebrating my 200,000 subscribers. You can see, and we still have so many people on here right now. Shoutouts to all the people on right now. So there's that, and you can even see Mythic Mutations. That's the pink name at the bottom right. That is the person who made the art for the membership. So anyone who's using those emojis in the chat right now, soon you should have access to all of them. And we can see there's that. And yeah, just it's pretty cool to see. So, you know, there's even some interesting mega projects. And I think that, you know, mega project is also something interesting to see within Minecraft. Now, this is really cool, actually. Here we have some interesting things. And you might be wondering, how are these drowns staying here and not, you know, hurting anyone? I mean, I could even, you know, be right next to it. It's not going to hurt me. I could, you know, I could punch it, but I'm not going to punch it because it's obviously an important drown. But we have that, like I'm now stuck where the drown is. And again, it's just sort of walking back and forth, not really having a reason. And what's so interesting, hopefully I can make this not escape. Well, that's a problem. Okay, it's in the boat now. I'm sure someone can, sorry to anyone who isn't doing that, I'm sorry about that. But anyway, basically, if you're wondering the reason why they were not killing me, the reason why is actually quite simple, and I didn't actually know about this until someone showed me, but it's over here. There's another one, and I won't let this one out. Right over here, I believe you can just flip these up and it's still safe. But this is a drowned, and you can notice here I'm right next to it. I'm pushing against it. I could even punch it. It wouldn't hurt me. That's because drowns are completely passive. If they are, okay, thank you for the food. I do have enough. Drowns are completely passive if we have them not be in water. And so because of that, this drown is a trident, an enchanted trident, full diamond armor, because it can wear that. As a chance, of course, the server is on hard mode. Look, even still, trident just threw its trident at me, so maybe it's not passive, but the idea, anyway, is that it's supposed to be passive when it's outside the water, so potentially that might glitch sometimes, but in general, it is meant to be passive. So interesting things here as well. You know, an SMP is not complete without community projects, things for the community, things for people that want to sort of work with everyone else to make things easier. You know, there's interesting things you can do in SMPs and in just servers in general you can't do in single player, like collaborate with other players to, let's say right here we have a smelter. This is a super smelter, I believe. It's sort of decoratively built here and in an interesting area, very next near to the spawn point. And so, you know, if you're on single player, a massive build like this probably isn't practical. Yet on multiplayer, we have this cool entrance to go within the depths of the, you know, sort of smelter there. Inside of here you can see we have a massive lava farm. Now, I've talked about this lava farm a lot. I'm sure most people know of it. But it's the fact that if you have block with the glass and then the dripstone, that gives you infinite lava. And inside of this we have all the lava buckets that can be placed in there by the minecarts, the 2 minecart tracks. Should probably make a video on auto smelters, but more or less if I had a lot of things to cook, I could put them in there and put them in here. And yeah, it's just kind of cool to have these community builds and projects. And there's even a little lectern here, you know, lecterns, books, signs even. These are things that are really not super utilized until you have multiplayer. And so here we have, you know, instructions there. We could take the book, although of course I'll put that back. And I've not even talked about lecterns that much. Looks like we have quite the crowd forming outside that we've blockaded here, so we might just do a little sneaky that didn't happen. Let's do a little sneaky something, escape out the back. It's the Eyecraftmc manhunt on my survival server, but there's some more interesting things we'll take a look at that are sort of over here. Now, again, you see these interesting random things inside of an SMP, like that little sort of farm there, and I think it's interesting because I try and learn things when I see things like that, and that sounds kind of silly, I would say, but you know, most things, like let's say that little wheat farm, maybe we can't learn anything from that, but what we're about to do is we're going to head off on a bit of a journey, and we have, if we can find our way there, and there's some interesting bases that have these really cool techniques they've used that really can show some of the things you can accomplish in survival Minecraft. I haven't necessarily shown on my channel before. I'm sure most people know about them, but still we have these really cool techniques and things you can do. So we're going to go this way, and we have this cool arch here that's showing that my house is there, although it's not really a house, it's more of a deep slate frame for now, so we'll see what happens. It looks like Turk Todd's hit the ground too hard whilst trying to escape Block Cruncher 5. It's always funny to see these massive death messages in Minecraft, especially in multiplayer, so yeah, that's another interesting thing about having multiplayer. Might stay at the spawn here for a second, because there's some really cool things here. Again, very cool how you can have this automatic sort of jump up thing with the skulk. I would look at how that works a bit later. We have the map of the server now. Something that I would always say, no matter if you're playing multiplayer, if you're playing single player, whatever you're playing, it's so important to have maps, and it's so important to pick out a seed for your world, I would say. You don't have to. Of course, you know, single player, random seed is fine, but if you notice here, this is actually a giant island seed. Now you can't really see it, but this does not connect to land, this does not connect to land, and nothing here does. And so I picked through hundreds of different seeds to find this seed, and you can see that we have just this amazing island. We have a mesa biome, there's jungle, there's savanna. You can't really see what biomes are here because every sort of grassy biome looks the same, every forested biome looks the same on a map, but here's even the mesa, there's a little desert there, and you know, I think that sort of gives players the ability to do that. Looks like I have too many potatoes now, but thank you to everyone to give me those. We have our loyalty trident there, so see if we can get rid of it, but no, we can't. So we have that, but we'll go over here, and it looks like we're gonna have some, you know, you can't forget your corporate branding inside of a Minecraft world, right? Everyone's favorite restaurant. I'm not sure, but we'll go over here, and we have a public netherwort farm, right? So, you know, somewhat of a small netherwort farm, but still pretty cool. And again, you know, I think that even something like this might seem simple, might seem basic, even useless on, let's say, a single player world, but if you have it on multiplayer, if you have this sort of, you know, opportunity to help other players, but also to build things for other players to interact with, to do, I think it adds a lot. So we'll go around here. Looks like we have the start of an iron farm. Unfinished projects are very interesting to sort of see, and I don't honestly think I can throw this trident right now because it's so laggy, but we'll go over here. And there's a lot of players on for this server. We'll look over here. Very awesome though to see that, and thank you to everyone again. And if you're just joining on the stream, here are some of my social medias. There's a Discord there. If you join that Discord, you can join this SMP. You could play with me now. You could play with me later. You could just join on and play with all the Eyecraftmc fans and Minecraft fans in general through that Discord link. We have some awesome events we're going to be doing in the future, and that's all I can say on that. But definitely great events, and that will be soon. I have a Twitter at Eyecraft_MC, a Twitch, Eyecraftmc, and a Reddit r/Eyecraftmc that we're trying to get to be more active. So if you ever want to post on there, anything you want, well, not anything you want, let's be honest, but most things, that would be awesome. So there we go. We'll go back to Minecraft here, and again we can see all these players here that are around exploring the world with me, sort of seeing what's here. And you know, to me, I sort of see that because there's not a lot of setup things around the server. I mean, we have a rule system, we have all these different things, but we don't necessarily have, let's say, maybe a set, you know, structure to what people are trying to do. It's like someone's in the way of the minecart track. But more or less, you know, even with that not being there, we still have these projects that people have done together. So we have, for instance, this bridge. It's sort of hard to see it. But I believe a player on here called Moogie, I think, made this. I don't remember exactly. You can see that it's kind of a laggy minecart, but still we have this interesting bridge here that is supposed to resemble the bridges we have in real life. I think it's probably somewhat slow because there's not a lot of powered rails here. I think there should generally be more, and we have this incredibly walking at the exact same speed player there, so we'll do that. But more or less, you know, again, you can look off in the distance so we can see that tree. In survival, we go through here and, you know, all we would see is just the acacia trees. All we would see is what's there normally. But in multiplayer, we have that advantage. In multiplayer, we can see, you know, there's something there. We can see there's actually interesting things to explore and to see and to discover and to, you know, try and enjoy things from, which is really cool. So we'll go through here. Now, it looks like we have some different places. There's a South Islands. We have the Public Trading Lodge. Well, that sounds fairly exciting. So I think we're going to go to the Public Trading Lodge. I have checked out most of these places before, but we're still going to take a look more or less. And basically, if we take a little look through here, we can see on this very slow minecart, you know, I think we're literally frozen there for a second. So sorry to anyone on the stream there. We might end up running into someone here because it's lagging so much. But in fact, we might actually, here we'll do. Maybe just walk. I think it's faster actually. If I get, it's literally faster. So more or less we're gonna walk. But yeah, it's still cool to see what people have built. You know, even over this little cavern here, people have decided to put a small bridge, a small pathway. You know, and I'm not sure if I would necessarily would have done that or not. That's what I find so cool is, you know, there's so much you can learn from what people have done already. Even, you know, let's say, why is this 2 blocks wide if the minecart's only 1 block wide? You know, there's history there. There's things that are interesting to see what's going on. And I think that, you know, throughout that, we can just enjoy all the different ways that people play the game. You know, the lanterns here, very interesting things. Now, here we have another sort of center of civilization on the hub. Not on the hub, but on the server. This isn't the server hub, but on the near the server's spawn. Now, lots of interesting machines and inventions here. You can see we have this sort of chest minecart there. We have all these different things. We have this item sorter. Now this item sorter is obviously for a farm system. We have this system of things that are happening. We even have this little villager gate here that doesn't make a lot of sense, but it makes sense with villagers. So we'll go through here, and more or less here we can even, you know, see different things that were built like this. You know, do I have an idea what this is for? I have no idea. I'm assuming it's something to capture zombies, maybe to zombify. That is exactly what it is. It looks like we have a zombie colony down here, so that's pretty cool. I'm not exactly sure what that's for, but still very interesting. And so you can see that. And if we go back down here, you know, we can see there's a trading lodge. You know, we have a dock here. The idea would be that a lot of people, I'm assuming, are traveling the most with a boat. And so we have this dock here to give people that opportunity. We have a public trading lodge with, of course, lots of rules to make sure that people aren't doing anything they shouldn't, not stealing things. But you know, having this ability for even gives players the ability to zombify those villagers themselves. They can flick that lever, you know, setting up things like this is always a really great idea. And I think that it's cool to see people doing that. Now, I think I saw right over here another something. There's lots of interesting things too. Oh, looks like someone went in the boat. It looks like we have a shortcut to the XP tower, follow white carpet. So we're going to follow the white carpet and see what in the world this is and enjoy it. And it looks like we have a super chat from Leslie, and it says, "Thank you for your videos, and I love your calm voice." Well, thank you so much. And I really enjoy all my viewers as well, and I'm glad that you enjoy my content. So this looks like an XP farm. I'm assuming that we would have this XP tower. So we'll go up here, we'll take a look at what this is all about. And someone said in the chat here, very interesting, they say, "Hey, I got full enchanted diamond armor and I'm not sure what to do. Any suggestions?" Well, I find that quite interesting because the first thing is, I think that, you know, a lot of players when they're playing through Minecraft, they get to the point where, you know, they're sort of viewing the game like any other game. And I think that's the first thing you want to do, is stop thinking about Minecraft as your standard video game. You know, when I think of Minecraft, I think of, you know, almost, you know, life in a sense. That sounds so silly, but I think that what I think of it as is that there's really not a lot of basic activities that can't be done in Minecraft that can also be done in real life. And so I'm not sure if this will actually work because there's so many players on, probably not, but see, there's a place we can, ooh, let's see. So we can do here. See if we can do a little shortcut. But I think that, you know, generally in terms of, so we can survive. Generally in terms of what you're trying to do, I would say that, you know, you want to think of, you know, your long-term goals past just getting materials. So let's say, you know, getting diamond armor. Well, I mean, you know, let's say that we are going under the standard, sort of just playing Minecraft like a standard game, and we're thinking about things like that. We could get netherite, you could get elytra, you could get 5 enchanted golden apples. I actually have 2 videos where I talk about the things you can do after you have more or less once you're bored in Minecraft, you know. And of course that point comes at different times for different players, but I would say that generally, you know, if you're bored inside of Minecraft, there's always some things you can do about that. And, you know, that video says some of them, and also a lot of it's about making your own story, making your own history, your own sort of decisions, and just building a world out of where there really isn't any. You know, there isn't a story to Minecraft. There's lore, and I think that's important, but, you know, building your own story, that's always a good place to start. And also, depending on if you want to do a world long term or not, of course, you can always make decisions depending on that. So we have here a very interesting build. I always find builds like this interesting because I would never build something like that, and that's exactly why I like looking at it. And, you know, here we have something that's built completely out of the deep slate, the cobbled deep slate. You know, not necessarily my favorite building block either, but again, it's interesting to see we have these patterns made carefully so that people cannot, you know, go through it. And I think, you know, the thought behind that even is quite interesting. And we have chests. I'm guessing most of them have cobbled deep slate. No, one of them has. Maybe just the block they like building with, I'm not sure. But, you know, we have these sort of interesting networks, interesting things that have been built. Now, I think that we're back to the minecart track, it looks like. So we're probably going to run over here. We actually have a little cave we can go into, maybe. We can fight the zombie if the lag doesn't kill us first. The lag isn't that bad. It's visible, but it's not treacherous. But we'll go through here. Again, so cool to see these sort of little bits of undisturbed sort of Minecraft nature as well throughout. I mean, we have this little area here. There's still animals. There's still an Enderman. There's still, you know, untouched area. Maybe of 1 dirt block, couple torches, but more or less nothing. You know, really encouraging players to maybe build there or even just to leave it as is. You know, I think it's always good to have a good mix of different things that you're doing inside of Minecraft. I think that some of them can be building things, but some of them can also be taking an area and maybe conserving it. I mean, it sounds funny because the Minecraft world is so large, but I used to play on this world that was composed of a giant island, somewhat similar to this seed actually, because I tend to like giant island seeds. And, you know, inside of that, there was a large, well, not actually that large, but a fairly well-sized mega taiga. And mega taigas in that version, and really still, are one of the more rare biomes. I would say now they're actually more rare than a jungle, but at that point they weren't. And so because of that, I decided that I was going to take that mega taiga and I was going to sort of surround it in a wall. I was going to make it into like a nature preserve kind of idea. I went in there and I would breed up all the sort of farm animals and things and make it into like an interesting little area. So we have a super chat and it says, "Congrats on 200,000 subscribers or 200K. Your videos are so comforting." Well, I'm so glad that my videos are comforting. Hopefully they're a little bit interesting as well in terms of their Minecraft educational value, or not, education really, but tutorial value there. So we're getting a little bit past civilization here. So I feel like these rivers are sort of a point of civilization. And still, I think, back to my original point about looking at these Minecraft servers and trying to learn from them, we have the fact that we can kind of, learn from what people are doing here. So for instance, they have this river and they have the entire civilization built around it. Now, do I have a good reason as to why? Not necessarily. I would say that one of the reasons is that a lot of players tend not to upgrade their sort of, they don't try and get super high quality materials before they start settling out. And so I think that that's shown by most players settling around rivers because, because we have the rivers there. Let's say that's a good way for people to be moving, to be going through things. I mean, of course, in real life, in the olden days, very olden days, people would use rivers as the main form of transportation, like far more than roads. I mean, everything was based around rivers, basically. And so because of that, we have this interesting sort of system where in Minecraft, we can kind of see, again, a society basing around rivers too, even if that doesn't really make a lot of sense inside of the game. And so we have that. And someone says, "What happened to my other eye?" Well, I've only ever had one eye. You can see that very clear. I'm not sure where another eye would fit. I can imagine two Minecraft heads next to each other. Sorry. I can imagine two Minecraft heads next to each other, but, there's maybe an eye on the front and on the back, but that would be kind of silly. So generally, I would say that, yeah, I've only ever had one eye there, so I've always been a monocular sort of creature or something. And thank you again to everyone in the chat. And someone says goodbye and they can't stay any longer. Well, thank you for joining on and hopefully you enjoyed it. And go through, we have lots of fireworks and celebrations, so thank you everyone for that. It looks like we've stumbled upon a bit of civilization in this random area, and I find this again so interesting. We have a pathway now. Of course, this pathway is a little bit undeveloped, but I think that it's interesting to see still what people are sort of working on. And so, we have here this 1 block wide stone pathway, and I think that maybe this would eventually be built into a large highway, or large, even a minecart system, an ice boat system, maybe a soul sand pathway. I made a video a while ago on how to travel inside of Minecraft the most efficient way, and also to sort of just make a good system of travel within your Minecraft world. And I think that although this is not necessarily a method that I had talked about, I think that we still have it here inside the world and all that. So it looks like we actually have we've gone full circle. We've gone right back here to the trading lounge, and we have a giant dirt E. And if anyone in the chat knows what this is referencing, which I actually do, if you do, you're definitely a very veteran Minecraft player. That's a very old reference from a channel that stopped posting Minecraft many years ago, but it's kind of interesting to see there, a lot of these players have been playing for a long time. And so because of that, we have these interesting old references to different parts of the game that, again, sort of show us that there's this almost, sort of history to what people are trying to build and trying to think about. And someone actually said in the chat of the server, do you think you'll do Hypixel sometime? And I'm actually going to hop on Hypixel here in a little bit because I want to try and do a lot of fun things, just trying to enjoy my 200,000 subscriber special and just enjoy and sort of try some things I've never done before, and I keep rubber banding because there's just so many people on. So we'll go through here, but we're almost back to where we were before. We might go up the mountain there. Actually, there's some interesting little things I want to check out. And someone said that they're new. What am I doing right now? Well, what I'm doing right now is I'm exploring around my sort of public, sort of private. It's not really private because anyone can join, but it's public, or or it's public in the sense that basically anyone can join, but it's private in the sense that it's not actually just an IP. You have to be whitelisted and all that, but you can just join my Discord server to do that. There should be links in the links by the moderators inside the live chat. Right, no, for that. And yeah, someone just reminded me that I have to go to the end because someone did make something very interesting there. So maybe we'll try that real quick before we go. But at the top of this mountain here, we can see something interesting. And more or less, we have here a settlement. It's sort of a large, maybe this is by one player, maybe this is by multiple players collaborating. I'm not sure, but I do think that either way, there's tons of interesting things here to look at as well. You know, for instance, this farm. Where's the water source? Well, you can see there's a water source there, but all of it, you can't really see it. So it's interesting, you know, we have sort of the it's restricted water source there. It looks like the sheep is stuck. Its head is sort of, looks like it fits there very well. It's found a place it fits right in. That sheep fits right in. That's funny. We'll go over here, and we even have some skeleton horses here in the chicken pen. Funny things like skeleton horses inside of Minecraft. You'd think that they're rare and they're valuable, and they sort of are. But I found that on multiplayer servers, because oftentimes people don't sleep, you tend to get more rain. So the less you sleep, the more it rains. This actually does tend to be the case. And so because of that, you often get a lot more skeleton horses, and we've run down to the secret smiley face. So we'll just complete that, and see if I can. There we go. People can find their way out of there. But looks like we have a flying base. That's interesting. We have a floating island, a sort of custom-made sky block. So that's pretty cool. Now we're gonna go over here, and we even have another house. This one also quite interesting. And look at this. We have a flying machine. Now I've shown how to build this flying machine before, but I'm not sure how they have set it up because I don't see a button. Usually there's a button. So usually someone's trying to activate it. I think you could probably go like this, but I don't think that'll work. It's the wrong. Oh, there we go. Just have to break this. Oh, it looks like it's working. There we go. And more or less there's that. So it might fall off by accident. Looks like, oh, okay, we're gonna die. Ouch. Rest in peace, Eyecraftmc version. Let's see, statistics. Deaths. Let's see, deaths. That was Eyecraftmc version. How many times have I died? 10. So that was Eyecraftmc version 10. Rest in peace, Eyecraftmc 10. And we're now Eyecraftmc 11. So at least this isn't a hardcore server, and hardcore servers are fairly rare anyway, but we'll try and grab our items back there. The perils of being on a flying machine, especially on the laggy server, is fairly common there. So we'll go over here. But again, thank you so much to everyone in the chat that's talking about the 200,000. Thank you for that so much. Thank you to all the people who've bought memberships. If you're not, I should probably talk about this more, but I've added memberships to my channel. So there's now a join button. That join button happens to be next to the subscribe button no matter where you are. If you press that for only $3 a month, it's $3 Canadian anyway, so I'm not sure if that translates to American or not, but whatever amount that is in American should be about $3, I guess. And you can have emotes, you can have channel badges, you can have all kinds of cool things, and no obligation if you would rather not. But if you would like to spam Eyecraft, well, not spam, but put a lot of Eyecraftmc emotes in the chat, in the streams, even in the comments, you can put those there. And every single time you comment or chat in the stream, you'll have this awesome badge next to your name, and the more that you're a member for, the better your badge will get. So it'll level up to sort of diamond and things like that. So it's pretty cool. And we have amazing custom art made on those by Mythic Mutations. Link to their Instagram is in the description of this video if you want to check out their art, which there's not a lot of on there for now, but hopefully they'll post more because they're a very good artist. And they did make the emotes and the badges, and only 4 emotes for now. However, we'll be getting many more emotes. And speaking of Mythic, here is Mythic. So there's Mythic saying thank you. So yes, there's the artist themselves. And again, back through the Iron Golem sort of, I have no idea what that is, but anyway, through the area, trying to find where I died. I'm assuming someone's picked up my things, but I'm not actually sure. and we'll go back here. Maybe not. We'll find out. It should be just around here. Thankfully, it's not too far away from spawn. And if anyone does want to become a channel member, there is a little notification that pops up for that as well. So name will be on the stream there. So we'll go over here, and I believe just around the corner we have the flying base, I believe. So it should be over here. Quite a large mountain. It's interesting because things like that you do get quite a bit when you have the sort of 1.17 and before terrain. You'd have these massive mountains, and yet also with 1.18 they're even more common. So let's see if we can find our items. They were on top of a tree here, sort of not die from that. It's almost like the beacon effect are making this more difficult because we're so sort of lagged out. Looks like some players are around where I died, so I'm assuming someone's picked up my items, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll go over here. Looks like, well, here's one. There's a singular birch log. This is all I've ever needed in life. We'll put it back there. But anyway, we'll go over here, and it looks, oh, look at this. Look at this. I think this is, oh, that's, okay, I think that's yours. Or maybe that's a gift. If it's a gift, you can just throw it back. But I think these are my items. It looks like it. Oh, Lytra, thank you. That'll definitely help traveling here be better. If I can break the chest, we'll find out. I guess I should just pick them up, or people. There we go. Okay, definitely a little bit laggy. And oh my goodness, we have a $50 super chat from, I think that's actually the same person that did the $100 super chat. So you're feeling very generous today. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. That's very nice of you. And there's just a cheering sticker there, so thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. And it is really exciting to have all these amazing viewers, including people who super chat, but including people that just watch in the background, watch after the stream. Any viewer of mine, I really do appreciate everyone's support, and it just is really cool. So now that we have this, I guess we can fly if we don't die. We have two selections. We have flight duration 3 or flight duration 1. I did make a video on Elytra quite a while ago where I talked about what you should use, flight duration 3 or flight duration 1, and I tend to go for flight duration 1 being the best. However, you can always use flight duration 3. Don't actually know where we are. I think we have to go this way. But the problem with flight duration 3 is that it's actually very easy to die with it, just because you have a little bit too much sort of time when you're being boosted. And so because of that, as well as the fact that it's 3 times as expensive as flight duration 1, I would always suggest, if you're using Elytra, to use flight duration 1, of course, but it does depend, I suppose. And if you have if you don't have any sugar cane, if you have issues with growing sugar cane, flight duration 3 can be a good idea in that sense as well. Now, if one of the people that are following me around wants to lead me to the end portal, I haven't been there for quite a while, so I'm not sure where that is, but I will probably do that. And someone says to fly by the big tree, which I will do. This is an amazing project being worked on right now. Hopefully people complete it. You can see here it's the big tree. Now it's very big, and it's a tree. Well, it's not really a tree yet, but it's quite a large area. And so you can see here that they're working on something here. I'm not sure exactly what, maybe a sugarcane farm, hard to say. But of course below that we have a tree farm. We have a very massive tree farm. I suppose you'd need that tree farm. We have this very interesting bottom area with these sort of flowers and all this. And again, we have another super chat, so thank you so much. And that one says, your voice is so soothing. Congrats on 200k, well deserved. Well, I appreciate the super chat a lot, and I'm very thankful for all of my fans for that. Now, so cool about a multiplayer server, as I keep saying things that are cool about a multiplayer server, not necessarily to advertise this, but just in general of why I think that the multiplayer experience is really sort of the ultimate Minecraft experience, is the fact that, we have like this. We have a build here that is so different to every other build around it. We have these sort of square pathways, these simple lanterns, a build that reminds me a lot of the builds that we see in Minecraft from quite a while ago, maybe back in, I don't know, 2014, 2013, but there's a sort of nice simplicity to it where I still think it looks quite nice. We have these nice pathways. We have this sort of almost park looking area. I always find even small builds like this to be interesting because I wouldn't necessarily think of doing that. So, but yes, There's till Cube dot there, yes, but yeah, Cube's actually also an amazing member of our server here. Helps with not administration, but moderation. Has been a fan for a very long time, and I definitely do appreciate the help that they've given. So we'll just follow them. I don't know if we want to fly or not, and we'll use the Nether. But there's so many cool things. Like we'll fly, so we'll do that. We're gonna see if we can make them load in time there, but I'll go to my base apparently, and probably in the Nether, I'm assuming. It looks like it. Again, it's not that I'm a noob at Minecraft or anything, but I have not played on the server for a long time, so, you know, I suppose I could always take about 2 hours, not 2 hours, but maybe take half an hour and find the Nether portal or end portal myself with Eyes of Ender, but not necessarily the best idea, so let's find out. Someone says good luck following Cube in the Nether. Well, I guess we'll find out how good of a looks like Cube's not exactly sure themselves, so we'll follow, but we'll find out. But again, so interesting. I mean, in the Nether here, you know, we have lots of lag in the Nether, but oh, it does not look safe. We're gonna go this way. But it seems like we do have this very sort of, you know, somewhat undeveloped Nether, and you get to other places and there's lots of builds, and just so cool to see all the things that have been done here. Now looks like we have here a portal we might be going through, we might not, looks like it, so we're gonna go through here. So we were just able to make it out of that Crimson Forest alive. And someone says that if I say hi Eyecraftmc, they will do a $100 donation. Well, I don't think you will, but you can say hi anyway. Not for the donation, but because I may as well. I don't care. Let's see here, and let's see. Someone says, can anyone join? Or is it just for some people? It's actually for anyone. So yeah, as long as you join my Discord server, and of course we can, as well as that, there's just a nice, easy way of applying. You just have to react with the pufferfish under rules, and then you can join the server. And here we are at the server, and this is the thing. You can see it. It's very large. I have no idea how whoever did this. I think it's someone called Pixel IZ or something like this, but I forget exactly. But it's a giant Eyecraftmc, and by giant I mean absolutely giant. So we're gonna take a look at this amazing piece of pixel art. I do not believe, yeah, Pixel IZ. There we go. I did get it right. And yeah, you can see it's not quite done. It's so close to being done. So close. But we have this absolutely giant Eyecraftmc. They got rid of every single piece of obsidian. Just the bedrock remains from the portal. So no resummoning the Ender Dragon apparently. But look at this. Beautiful. And you can just see here that the quartz, the concrete, the leaves, you know, absolutely amazing. I think that there is a map somewhere that shows it. I hear an angry Enderman. Hopefully it's not angry at me. I don't think it is. We can see the people beneath, very, very difficult. It looks like someone's fighting the Enderman there, but it's so massive that it's actually hard to see the scale here. You can't really even tell what I'm looking at, but you can see the amazing dedication to build something that's this absolutely massive and this much of a project. Funny enough, a while ago I slightly modified the look of my logo. And you can see this is actually the old version because it's not quite as round around this area. Not quite, but still very amazing art. This part looks like it's snow actually. So I think it's snow is the inner part and quartz is the outer part. So that's interesting. And I'm not sure if this has some materials. Looks like it has lots of materials there to finish building this project. And we have every single end portal, sort of not end portal, but end gateway open. So may as well, that one doesn't work. So if I have to, here, we'll make this work effectively. Of course you need to be put down. We'll see what goes through here. It looks like there's not a lot, so hopefully we have a good way of getting back through. If not, we'll have to kill an Enderman. Looks like it's Enderman killing time, so we're going to do that. If anyone's wondering what to do if you get lost in the Nether or just have to get through a portal, you can always just kill an Enderman, but of course that's a lot easier said than done. And so generally what you want to do is you just want to get a whole lot of the end stone. You want to sort of build a platform with that, just enough that the Enderman isn't going to get you. Something like this is fine. Bigger is usually better in terms of something like this, just because it's safer. And then you can just kill one Enderman, get that Ender Pearl, and go right back through that portal. So we're going to break this. And someone says that the giant Eyecraftmc eye is a treacherous feat, and it definitely is. I cannot believe someone made that, and I didn't even know that they were working on it until about 2 weeks ago, I think, and they've probably been working on it for many months, so definitely an amazing thing. So shout out to Pixel Eyes Head for making that, because that's awesome. So we'll go around here, and we'll kill this Enderman here. And thankfully we have nothing to worry about. We can actually use our axe, because why not? With the amount of server lag we have anyway, it's really hard to hit this no matter what we try, so there we go. And we have a question that says, what recording software do you use? And by the way, on the topic of questions, this is of course a 200,000 subscriber special. I'm on my SMP right now, and if anyone wants to ask me any questions, this is the time. You have the biggest chance of getting your question answered now than any other time. Although right now I have the biggest chance of having these Endermen lag than any other time. Well, I think the server's gotten a little bit less busy here. Well, it's hard to say, so we're going to kill this Enderman. And more or less, there we go, we have one Ender Pearl, which should be just enough to get through here. But in terms of the recording software, I use something called OBS Studio. It's basically the only sort of mainline recording software that you can use for high quality recordings. There are some other ones. There's ones that do work okay. Like for instance, we have Streamlabs OBS. That's what I'm using right now, just because it's for streaming, more or less. There's that map I was talking about. We can see it is it's a bit of a puzzle right now. I do not think that's positioned correctly. Let's see if we can solve the puzzle of Eyecraftmc's eye. It's quite the expensive puzzle. This one looks like this one would go on the top there. Well, there we go. We got it. And this one would go here, but turned? No. This one goes here, I think. Let's see. We'll complete the puzzle. Looks like this one will go here. It's not really finished, so it's going to look a little funny no matter what. This one might have been in the correct position already. No, I don't think it was. Not sure why it's a maze or a mystery or not. Actually, this does not go there. It goes here, I think. It's hard to say. It did look like it went there, so... no, it did go there. It just looks funny on the map. It looks like it's sort of cut off, probably because that map hasn't been updated. So I'm assuming it'd look a little bit different when it's picked up there, but... Here we have here the little puzzle. We have another map being thrown at us, so maybe that's the finishing map. Oh, there we go. Yeah, because it's not fully built, this can look sort of unnatural. I think I have it. I think so. I think this map, I think it's wrong, but I honestly can't tell. So anyway, there we go. So you can rotate those a little bit, but it's mostly completed there. I think these two pieces just need to be switched actually, and then it's done, it looks like. So we'll go like that, and there we have the puzzle done. I think that's done. It's hard to say. Anyway, there's that amazing Eyecraftmc art. We have a little mushroom house here. Isn't that interesting? Sort of a... I'm not sure if there's anything here or not. Looks like just a sort of very small base. Doesn't look like it's a base, but anyway, we'll go over here. Now we have to get back, of course, to the overworld, and we will go there. It says it's Ice's gunpowder shop. It's interesting to have a gunpowder shop in the end, to be fair, but very interesting. We have here Turtle Pond, population 1. No, I think actually population 0. That would have been more accurate there, but let's see here before I misspell it incorrectly every time. There we go. My very great improvement. Here you can see actually the method for killing the wither. I've shown this before in a video very recently. It's a really great method. And with that method, of course, you can have a really great way of doing that. Now, now no one can follow me. I've come back to my spawn point, but of course they'll find me through the stream itself. Yeah, thank you again to everyone for the well wishes. Everyone's saying hi, everyone's stopping in, so thank you to everyone for that. I really do appreciate that. It looks like we have Pixel Eyes himself, Ized, whatever talk himself, saying that the longest part was converting the concrete. Well, I believe it, especially since you built it in the air, of course. There are some easy ways of doing that with the concrete in your offhand or your pickaxe in your offhand, but still, overall, we do have a lot of effort to do that. Now, let's take a look here over the spawn. Now, we did take a little look at the Trident farm. There's a lot there for sure. There's one other thing I want to look carefully at the spawn point. And we might go on to Hypixel. Not sure if anyone wants to see that or not, but you might want to see me fail miserably, because Hypixel is something, I'm going to be honest, I'm not good at. If I do a good job, it's pure luck. So there's that. I'm sure I might be good at it if I practiced a lot, but I haven't. So we'll see what happens there. This is actually the LA Cafe. This is really cool because, of course, with the LAs, they will deliver you items, right? So if you give them sort of an item to deliver. So I think actually if we press this, yeah, and then we press the button, look at that, it works. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? That's so cool. I think it's awesome to see things that people have built with the sort of things that Minecraft has given people, and I think that, you know, it's so awesome as well to see that. Now, what we're gonna do in a second here, I just want to look at what items are in my inventory for half a second here. My stream tab's all messed up now, but more or less, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look around here. And so we have the LA Cafe. That's pretty cool. We'll do try it one more time. We're going to do potatoes this time. Right click on here. Let's see what happens. Do we get a potato? Do we get a potato? Maybe not. Looks like the LA is a bit distracted. Oh, I think it is. Look at it. They're struggling. They're struggling. It's so laggy. They're just like inching their way forward. They're trying their best. That's funny. The poor Lays there. We even have a song on. Look at that. DMCA striked. No, of course it's Malohi, so it's fine. We'll go through here. We have the LA Cafe goods, and I think that this was messed up a little bit because maybe multiple items being delivered. We have a small display here, I guess. Interesting. Make sure to close the door to keep those two LAs on here. Our server is still on 1.19 for now, so there is no way of duplicating those LAs, and so because of that, of course, they're more valuable. And before I got poked to death by a berry bush, again, so interesting to see the little things that are being built, all the little sort of displays. We have that station. I believe that there is something interesting around here. There's lots of little secrets. It's hard to find them all. We have a tribute to Technoblade in here, which is pretty cool. People have done that. We have here some trapped chickens for whatever reason. We have the map. We have here a little shop. Interesting. We have not a lot of shops in the server yet, but I hope there'll be more. You can buy diorite if you ever wanted diorite in your life. So we'll go over here. And yeah, I think we're probably going to say farewell to the server for now. I'm not sure exactly, but before I do that, if everyone wants to just take a look there, if you want to join the server, those social medias there, the Discord, all those different things, and you can enjoy those. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to switch on to something else. Maybe able to hear it so far, and that is Hypixel. Now, I've never made content on Hypixel before, although I do have YouTube rank, which is pretty cool, so I can go hello, and it says YouTube, which is pretty cool. So that was not easy to get either. I had to go through quite the process, but definitely worth it. And I don't think anyone here realizes that they're on video right now, but that's probably best. What we're going to do is we're going to basically try out something fun. So we're going to go back to the lobby. I have no idea if anyone knows a lot about Hypixel even, but whether you do or you don't, and I don't think the chat box is messing up actually. Give me a second here, I'm going to move the chat box. We have a friend request from Cube. I'll accept that later. But I think we're just going to fix the... Oh no, the chat box is working. There we go. You just have the text in the corner there. I have to move the chat box here in a second. But so we're at the main lobby. Let's think of something to do here. Now I want everyone to spam and... Well, not... Yeah, sure, spam. Spam in the chat what minigame you think I should do on Hypixel. Now, if you don't know a lot about Hypixel, we have something called TNT Run. We have Wool Wars, Murder Mystery, Arcade Games, Build Battle. Of course, the well-known Bed Wars, Sky Wars, Duels, Housing. The Great and Grand All Games, which has lots of cool things. So just spam in the chat what you think I should do, and then I will pick that to do. And I think it'll be interesting to see which one people want the most. We can, of course, explore around this interesting spawn. You know, what I find interesting about Hypixel as I wait for people's, thoughts of which one I should do. Because Hypixel is a server that is run in 1.8.9, I believe. Of course, there's a much more limited build palette, and yet still with that build palette, we have these absolutely just amazing builds here. So we can go through here and see those. And of course, as well as that, we have these sort of interesting mountains with the trees. We have these fall themed builds. So cool to see that the cool things that you have on Hypixel there. And looks like everyone is saying, looks like most people are saying Bed Wars. Now, yeah, I agree. I think Bed Wars is pretty fun, so we'll probably do that. Now there are some interesting things I can do, I believe, on Murder Mystery. But we'll go over here to Bed Wars. Now, basically, just to warn everyone, I know very little about how to play anything on Hypixel, and unfortunately that is one thing that I'm not very good at in terms of Minecraft, is Hypixel. But what we'll still do is we will try and go through the pain. You will see my incredible lack of knowledge in this area, and I guess we'll do solo, just so I don't end up dragging someone into the depths of loss with my extreme noobishness. I think I'm on level 1 or something on Hypixel or whatever that's called. I don't even know that much, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna enjoy it. It looks like a nice map. Some sort of, I can't tell, some sort of an interesting build anyway. So we'll see what we can do. We'll enjoy that, and yeah, we'll just find out. Let's see. We have 2 seconds, and here we go. So the thing I do know about Bed Wars is you have to buy wool. You have to protect your bed. Now I've never been on this map, so a little bit interesting. Probably my chat will be spammed by friend requests, and I guess we're green today, which actually works very well. So there we go, perfect. It's perfect timing there, and our bed is here. Of course, a nice bed defense I think is important, but I really don't know, so we're gonna find out. We'll grab all of our materials here, of course. I have won a Bed Wars match before with a friend, but that was only because everyone else was basically not even knowing what they were doing, so we'll find out what happens here, if it's a failure or if somehow by some amazing chance I happen to win. So we'll go over here. We're going to pick up, of course, our materials, and let's buy something. So I think we want to go item shop. I believe we'd want a good sword, probably. I guess we can't afford it just yet, so we'll grab that. And someone says, can I decrease the chat size? And the chat is fairly small. Looks like something has happened. Someone's bed was destroyed, so sorry for the deafening noise there. Let's grab some more things here. I don't know if we can upgrade our armor with iron or not. Again, let's see what we have here. We have permanent chainmail, permanent iron. I guess we'll just do chainmail since we have all the iron for now. I guess we should buy a pickaxe. Enjoy that, and then we're probably going to be so far behind anyway it's not even going to matter, but there we go, iron pickaxe. Lots of wool, we'll buy some more wool. And hopefully have our bed not be destroyed. So there's our little bed defense, not amazing. I guess blue? I don't know if blue's dead yet, but they seem like very open, so that should be super easy to get. Can try speed bridging, but I'm not, because it's very dangerous to try that right now, because I actually can speed bridge, believe it or not. Probably don't believe it, you probably shouldn't believe it, but I can speed bridge. But I'm not going to try it right now, because I don't want to die. It looks like my bed has been destroyed because I'm a complete noob, and so we're going to see the fastest death ever. Oh, look at this, look at this. Maybe. Oh, no. It wasn't meant to be, and that's about what I expected. Failing miserably is sort of the trend, so I have no idea what I'm going to do now, but I guess I'll just go to the lobby and try again, see if I can not fail miserably. Maybe if I do a team Bed Wars, actually, then I could, like, sort of the rest of my team could carry me, and that could work well. So we'll go to, I guess that would be 4v4v4 probably. So that'll give me the most opportunity to not lose miserably. I can sort of hide behind the skills of hopefully my other team members, and then see if I can win that way. Because I'm not the best player for sure. I mean, I think I've played it under 10 times in my entire life. So that shows how much I'm a Hypixel fan. I mean, I am a Hypixel fan actually, but how much of sort of a someone who regularly plays on Hypixel. I do think the Hypixel server itself is actually quite cool. But of course, I think that in general, of course, I do tend to just like survival, those sort of aspects of it. It's like no one's protected. See, always double wool. That's something I've learned is through my amazing experience of playing this 3 times is if you double wool your bed, I think that helps. So I don't know. I think it makes so people have to dig through more, so that probably works better. Again, looks like a similar, not really similar map. So interesting though. It's always cool to see the maps that people create and build, and harder to get materials on here for sure. I think you can get like a 8 gold. Let's see. Bed bug. We should probably could do the trap actually. That'd be smart. So I'll see if I can just sort of wait here AFKing to get that. But I think I remember there's something you can do where you sort of like, I don't think we can do it on this map, but there's ways to sort of jump up to interesting areas. So this should be enough to get the trap. I think that works anyway. Let's see here. We're probably going to end up like self-destructing or something. So I think you just... So we have an automatic fort. I think you just go like this. There we go. Is that what works? I have no idea what I just did there. I'm probably going to like self-sabotage so much. Because like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not faking it. I have no idea. So you'll see my ultimate thing. Someone said try out Murder Mystery. I could try out Murder Mystery in a second here. There's our iron sword. The pickaxe. Always buy a pickaxe probably. It's probably a good idea. I don't actually know. And I guess we'll just try and win. So we're going to go this way. Make a nice bridge. I said I could speed bridge, so we can try it. But I'm not very good. This isn't really speed bridging. This is like the lamest excuse for speed bridging in the world. So I'll just stop doing that. But and I almost jumped off the edge there. So I did jump off the edge. Oh boy. Yes, you can see my amazing skills in Bed Wars. It's a good thing I'm not a Bed Wars tutorial YouTuber. I'll say that much. There's so many different parts to Minecraft that it's crazy to think that someone who has played Minecraft for so long, there's still an entire part of it that I don't actually know very much at all about. So it's interesting for sure to see that, and also just that there's so many ways of enjoying the game as well. I think that's so cool to see that. So we have our sort of defense tower here, which I don't exactly remember how you even do that, but I think that's usually a good thing to do. You can see my little self jump off the edge there. I think there's some, again, I don't even remember what diamonds and emeralds are for. I think they're for like enchanting or something, but I honestly don't know. So we're going to go over here and we're going to find that. I'm sure maybe if I tried it for a long time, I could get good at this sort of thing, but I have no idea. I don't know why no one's grabbed these diamonds. We could probably craft a diamond pickaxe with those. No, I don't think you can do that. But we're going to go back this way. Not sure if it's actually smart to have like a really easy sort of pathway to our base. So maybe we'll make that more difficult. I'm not sure if that's a good strategy or not, but we'll find out. So we'll go over here. And it looks like we have some more materials. And they grabbed it before me. Let's see here. We could probably get a better sword. No. Or more wool anyway, I suppose. They're just going to steal it all. So we'll grab some more wool, and then maybe we'll just try and sort of get yellow. Looks like yellow has a lot of wool. They're probably pretty dangerous, but I suppose that I don't see anyone there actually, so maybe we'll go for that. At least because I have a team, I'm not really leaving my bed undefended. I do see one username there, so I'm not too worried. Looks like another player of my team died here because I see some green wool, so that way their bed is not well defended. This could be the ultimate Eyecraftmc Bed Wars moment. And looks like their bed's already destroyed. Oh, yeah, the bed's already destroyed. Okay. Looks like I'm just gonna die anyway. Oh no, I have an angry team on my back and their bed's destroyed anyway, so I suppose that was sort of a useless mission, but it's okay. We'll go over here, we'll get some more iron. And someone says, just play the game, my dude. Well, I am playing the game. Let's see here. We got 2 stone swords. We have 4 stone swords. I did not mean to do that, so oops. Let's go over here. We'll probably end at this match before I completely fail in every sense. Let's see if we can get a better pickaxe. Probably good again. Upgrade, always good. I think better armor would be smart. I don't know if we can get enough stuff for it, but we'll see what we can do. And let's see what other materials we can get, and hopefully everyone's having a good Saturday today. I know I'm having a fairly good Saturday. It's actually a very good Saturday because, yesterday I reached 200,000 subscribers, and I'm so thankful to everyone for that. Looks like they're very confused. They're sort of looking around. They're like, why did he buy 4 stone swords? So looks like a lot of beds are destroyed. So again, I think that my team is decent because we haven't gotten our bed destroyed yet. So shout out to green team. Let's see if we can permanent chain. I guess that's good. I know chain isn't usually the best idea. You're supposed to wait for iron or something, but let's see here what we can do. I guess more wool, maybe let's see here. Magic milk sponge. Oh, the pop-up tower. There we go. I'm surprised how cheap those are. You'd think those would be more than 24 iron, but maybe not. I'll have to try that when I raid. Water bucket. I could buy a water bucket. There we go. That's good, right? I think that helps. If I go like this. I think that helps, yeah. So we'll go over here. Hopefully it helps, or I've just enraged my team. They're like, what is he doing? Let's go over here. Back to my sort of tower of not knowing how to play correctly. And we'll go over here. It looks like we have some other players. I do have, some chain. We have some other things. So I don't think that we're completely defenseless. And I, not always totally failing. So we'll go over here. Lots of people have been here. We have red team there. See, it looks like they have a well-defended base, but I don't see anyone there, right? So I feel like this is an opportunity. No, I do see someone there now, do I? Yeah, I do. It's hard to say because it's sometimes the name tag of the NPC, I think. But they don't see me, so let's see what we can do. I bet I could get this bed. I bet we could. Oh, looks like the bed's destroyed already. Okay, that's good to know. Probably should have looked at the chat and realized that, because now that I remember their bed was destroyed, so I guess in a sense maybe we should focus on the other people. So the yellow bed's destroyed, their bed's destroyed, so blues maybe isn't. If blues isn't, then definitely we should. And it says blue team has been eliminated, so it's... Oh, it's jump off the cliff again. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I believe that means that we are, like, by default going to win if our bed isn't destroyed, so I should probably just stay here and defend, I guess, or maybe go out on the attack. It looks like there's, if I look at that, there's only 1 yellow and 4 green, so, you know, by my amazing input only, I've effectively given my team the power needed to win this match, or the complete opposite thereof, and they're very good players for still winning because I've failed so much. So let's grab some wool. Let's see what we have here. Iron sword. Iron pickaxe. If everyone in the chat plays Bed Wars, you can give me your Bed Wars strats to see if I can do ultimate moves with them, although I probably won't. Actually, something I could do that'd be really smart, if I can find it, is do another tower, like here. That'd be smart, right? Yeah, look at that. That's great. We can kind of defend this more. We'll build like a castle. That'd be cool. I think so, anyway. Maybe that's not a good strategy, but I think it is, so... We'll just grab as many of these pop-up towers as we can, and then we can sort of make like a massive fort. And also then they maybe could be like confused as to sort of like where exactly our base is or not. That could probably work well. We could even put like another one here. Perfect. Look at that. That's awesome. I'm surprised more people don't use pop-up towers. It seems like really overpowered. So we'll go over here. We'll make another one. And I guess it doesn't really matter since there's only one player we're going against here, but you know, why not? And then we'll just put one maybe here. May actually be too, oh, it's too close, I see. Put one maybe here in the corner. Look at that. And now we have an awesome pop-up tower and sort of an almost little castle here we've built with automatic. Well, look at that, the winners, and that's absolutely because of me. GG, GG. Oh, and I'm off the cliff again. I didn't even, like, I'm not even meaning to fail here. I'm just like miserable at Bed Wars. But anyway, everyone will think it was because of me that the other teams will think it was that, but it's funny. We're probably going to go to a different game here. And if everyone in the chat wants to tell me what I should play next, I'd love to hear that. So everyone tell me what you think that I should play. Someone's saying, it says everyone's already dead. Yes, yes, they were dead. I did not realize that. And someone said, what introduced me to Minecraft? Great question. YouTube, for sure, YouTube. Well, actually, that's not true, actually. I think I saw a relative playing it like a long time ago. And then after that, YouTube. But yeah, or maybe it was like someone I saw, I think it was either a friend or a relative like a long time ago. And then I ended up looking into it on YouTube and then watched that for a while. And then, of course, started playing it. Let's see here. And we've fallen off the ship there. So let's see, someone's saying TNT Run. TNT Run does sound fun. I mean, that's always like what the commentary YouTubers have in their background. So we'll see if we can find it to get off Bed Wars. There we go. TNT games. Oh, someone's saying to do build battle. That'd be cool. We'll do that after TNT Run, I think. TNT Run, only 106 players. You'd think it'd be more. Very interesting. Well, this should be pretty fun, right? I think this is easy. Is this the map? Oh, right, because you don't actually see the TNT, it's just the sand on top. It's funny, you can actually make this exact mini game if you just use pressure plates and actually do it in survival, so it's kind of interesting that way. Let's see, of course, we have our lobby selector and everything else, so we're going to jump around here, and someone was saying Eyecraft. They know who I am, but if I respond, then I'll die, of course. I've already fallen down a level, like one of the first ones, so that's absolutely skilled, but I'm not too bad at this kind of thing. I could probably do it, so we'll see if we can do this. I'm actually not, this is something I probably will not miserably fail at, although we'll see as I say I will not miserably fail as I fall down 3 levels in one go, but we'll find out. We'll go around here, sort of enjoy all that. It's also interesting because I am on 1.19, logging on to 1.8.9. There's actually a lot of lag because of that, unfortunately. Oh my goodness, I was so close. No, no, no. Okay, there we go, there we go. Look at that. We're not the last one. Look at that. I'm proud of not being the last one to die for someone who's played this like 3 times in their life. We'll go this way. I guess I don't have to run that much. Probably walking is fine, honestly. And there we go. Oh, well, that was pretty good, right? We were in the last 6? 4 players. Yeah, last 6 or last 5. That's pretty good, right? I don't know. Better than being the first one to die, I suppose. Probably the AFK players were the first one to die. They just kind of fell right through. But, you know, it's pretty good. It's like everyone's... So there's still one... Let's see what the last people are doing. I guess this person was very up high. They must have... Looks like they're using their jumps a bunch. So I'm not exactly sure how you get those, to be honest. That must be how they're winning. And one left, and they are... No, everyone's dead. Look at that. So first place, and I was in 5th, I think. Or maybe 6th. It's hard to say. And we will go, and someone was saying, what was it? It was the build battle. So we'll go to there. And also, if anyone just joined on the stream, don't worry, I'm not becoming a Hypixel YouTuber. I'm just having fun on a 200,000 subscriber special. But, I mean, nothing wrong with a Hypixel YouTuber, but that's not actually what I'm doing. So we'll try build battle. Someone's suggested that. I think that's a great idea. So let's see if we can find it. Build battle. Might be on one of the sub menus. Let's see. TNT Classic. I've played it before. I don't remember where it is. Might be under the sub menus. Probably the if we go back to the main thing, it's probably under other games. So we can probably find it there on the NPC menu. Through duels, housing. Someone says build battle, but chat chooses the item. Well, I could, but I can only choose 1 vote. So unless I just build whatever, let's find out. I usually take a bit longer to build, so we'll see how good or bad I'll be at it. But I guess we'll do teams. Might be fun. We can kind of find out what happens. Need to be in a party at least 2 players. Okay, let's see. Solo, pro. Most people are doing teams. I guess we'll do solo. We'll be the minion there, so we'll find it. And here we are in the lobby there until most people join. But tell me in the comments, do you play, or in the live chat, do you play on Hypixel? Or do you just prefer survival, single player, or multiplayer? For me personally, I do prefer survival, single player, and multiplayer, but I do also enjoy the rare joining of Hypixel. Looks like there's Cube, actually. Looks like Cube's found their way. Soup. Mute waterfall. Soup sounds like really difficult. I guess we'll do soup. Soups is so funny. Soup. We want soup. It's like soup will win. There we go, soup. I have no idea why I'd want to do soup, but there we go. So I guess what we could do, maybe it could be fun, is we could try pixel art. So if we grab the rabbit stew, we can probably do a pixel art of that. So we just need to get some spruce. This will be difficult because I have to think of what blocks are in the game in 1.8. I can't, like if I try like this, for instance, it'll be like, nope, you can't do that. So let's see. If we do a pixel art, I guess it'd be not kind of simple, but we'll try and do like a couple different builds. So we'll start about here, maybe. We'll go 1 or sideways there. So go 3, and I'll go 1 down. It's hard to say exactly how many over that is. Looks like 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1 up. Get rid of that. I think this one connects. The other one doesn't. It looks like that. And then it goes 3, 1 down, 1 there, 2 over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. No, that's not quite right. Close. Off by 1. Maybe it's like this. It looks like it's off over here. This goes, it goes down 2. Oh, I see. And that would go like this? No. Like that. There we go. I think that's right. That looks correct. Okay, I think that's right. Now we just do the middle with planks. So you can, of course, replace this with the logs. We can do a little pixel art here of the rabbit stew. The only problem with this is that most people playing on here probably have the old textures, so I'm going off of the new textures. So maybe I should switch my textures so that they know what I'm even trying to build, but that's okay. We can probably find some terracotta that matches. We have some orange and some yellow and some sort of white, maybe some brown. These colors actually seem to match fairly well to that. Red maybe. Looks like in the middle here we have two. That's like some darker. So again, terracotta with darker red here. Maybe like the browns could work. Not sure. Then we'll go like this. And maybe the yellow could go on the side. Let's see here. Does anyone in the chat like doing pixel art? I'd love to know. I've actually do enjoy doing pixel art quite a bit, although haven't done it for a while. So we'll see how good I am at it. I think this middle one needs to be like a darker red. So not exactly sure what block I could use for that off the top of my head. Maybe like a, not sure. I guess if I use the lighter red for that and I use the darker red for this, so sort of like this, maybe that could work. But again, I'm not sure if anyone will even know what I'm trying to build or not, so we'll find that out. The orange would go here, just going off of that little thing in the corner, and then it would go two like this, and then two or like this, and then a yellow there, and we'll have some of the white sort of terracotta throughout here, which does not match with the background there, so we'll have that. And I'm not sure if that really works. I think there's red maybe there. It's hard to say. That kind of looks like soup. I'm not sure if it really resembles. I think this line here is incorrect, so it would go two here, then 1, 2, 3 like that, and then this one would go like this, and then there would be another yellow one here. I think that looks a little better. The problem is I think this color is a little bit too off. So if I go terracotta, I think just standard terracotta would look better than this sort of white one. So we go like that. That looks better. Yeah, it looks more like a soup. I'm not, again, not sure if it really resembles it, but yeah, like that looks decent. I think it does resemble the texture somewhat. I guess I can't throw it. I think it's supposed to show the potatoes and stuff in there. Then if I just change the background, which I think I can do here. Let's see, background, backdrop, floor. Drag a block here to use it as your floor. And then I guess I would maybe use, let's see what color would look good. Maybe blue would look good. So if we get like a nice blue wool, maybe, then we do that on the plot. Backdrop picker like that. That work? Reset backdrop. What do I do? I don't want to reset it. I have no idea what I'm doing, to be honest. Let's see here. So click this, reset it. Okay, I could reset it. Then if I put this here, I'm not sure how to do that, honestly. I'm sure everyone's like, this is how you do it. But either way, we have there's our soup. And I'm not sure if I have an item frame actually with the soup in it, then people can see what I'm trying to do. So that works. No item frames. No. Oh, there's an item frame. There we go. There we go. Now people can sort of see that. Sort of a bad display of that. If we maybe go like this, we can save it at the last minute by, or it's probably not on the top there because we're on the other version. We'll go like that and then put the soup. There's our feeble attempt at soup. I'm not really sure what else I could have done. Maybe like a giant bowl or something, but there we go. We'll see what other amazing, builds we have. Let's see here what we'll vote. I'd say it's okay. That's pretty good. Someone said it's floor, not backdrop. Oh, that's what it is. I'm gonna say not very good. No, it's okay. I like the particles, but I think that, the lava sort of just doesn't really work. The sand. That's decent. Yeah, like it's pretty okay. I don't know. I think the not very 3D around here. But again, it might just be kind of a bad quality pixel. This is just, I guess, someone holding soup. That's pretty good, right? It's like, that's good. It's kind of a good idea to do someone holding something, adds more detail. Here's like someone with soup in a ladle. That's pretty good too. I like that. That's actually, yeah, maybe epic. Maybe, yeah, that's good. It's hard to say. It's always like epic and legendary. It's sort of like, I'm not sure if anything's really epic or legendary. I guess sometimes. There's good. We have it's like they're inside of there. We have, oh, that's pretty good actually. I like that. May as well just do epic. I like that quite a bit. We have the sort of tomato soup in the ladle, and maybe the ladle being a different color would be cool, but overall. Someone says I. I'm not sure if they're talking about me or not there. It'd be funny if they were. But there we have it, and there's soup, so that gets good. And Builder Eyecraftmc, and there's my soup pixel art, and of course I can't vote on my own one, but I don't know. It's okay. I'll see what vote it gets. Maybe like I can guess for like, oh, there's limited. Limited's in the game. That's probably why we had that. That's decent. Okay, yeah. It's pretty good. We have Similar. I'm not sure if I like the pumpkins. Sort of the colors don't really match, so maybe... I don't really like that much, honestly. Let's see here. And apparently... Oh, I'm the winner. Okay. Apparently I was good at it. Alright, thank you for that. I have no idea why people picked mine, but that's cool. I don't know, I tried my best on the pixel art there, so I guess it's interesting. I wonder if the pixel art is similar on what do you call it, on, what's the name of it? I wonder if the texture, how different it is on 1.8. Haven't seen those textures for a while. Campfire sounds annoying. Moon, I like Moon. Moon sounds interesting. We'll see if Moon, probably not going to win. Let's see Moon, no, Moon. Looks like Campfire is going to win out. Campfire seems really difficult, honestly, but we'll find out. I guess we could do the same thing and do a pixel art, but we won't. I'm not sure why I keep starting with coral blocks. I think that was the pattern I picked, so we'll try something here. Campfire, I guess we'll need some logs. Too bad we don't have stripped logs, because I think those would look the best. Might go with spruce again. We do have dark oak in this version, so we can throw that in. Someone said on the chat there, do you have a video of the best recent netherite armor, best enchantments for armor and weapons? I do. It is called the what's it called? I think just called best enchantments. Eyecraftmc. You should be able to find it. Yeah, it's I made it near my 1.19 mining guide, so that was like in June. So it should be fairly easy to find with that. Let's see here. So we're going to measure it. Looks like someone's looking through. Oh, that's limited. Hello, limited. There's someone who's been part of my community for a very long time, since October of 2021, I think. I think that's right. Let's see. 4, 5. There we go. It's going to be odd numbers. We'll go like that. Sort of try and build a campfire with sort of like a pile of sticks, I guess. Or we could do like the Minecraft version and have like the things going the other way, like the two logs on top of each other. That might look good. That might be fairly easy to build, so we'll maybe try for that, I guess, the sort of logs on top of each other and try and put something on that. Let's get rid of this in the middle then, and then we'll make these too high. Tell me in the chat, what do people think of building in Minecraft? That's sort of a silly question you'd think, but there's a lot of people that actually don't necessarily build that much in the game, so I'd be interested to hear if you specifically enjoy building in Minecraft, or if you sort of just like the adventuring parts, sort of the raiding and the exploring, or if building is really one of your favorite things to do there. So I think we'll align it over here and sort of make the logs go into each other a bit, so like this. And then it'll make it look a bit more like they're on top of each other and not just floating, I think. And our little thrown together build here, it's funny because when I'm building, I'm of course used to using, 1.19, everything from there, but in this I can't. And I actually kind of think I probably should like mix up the different types of logs I'm using. That'd probably look a lot better, because of course not all logs look the same. You could maybe not use too many varieties, but maybe even just these two, maybe even just one log looking different could add that bit of quality that'll make it look quite good. So we'll throw those on there and sort of go around here just like this and make that. That's pretty good actually. I might, I'm not sure, throw in a bit of this log to be the other color as well, so mix and match a bit, maybe in sort of like that. I guess we need the fire before it's out of time there, so we'll just... This is actually misaligned as well, which is unfortunate. Not realize I'd done that. That's too bad. It'll go like this. I suppose most campfires are not really perfect, but people expect them to be. So I think actually if I just move it one over, that'll work. So I think all I have to do, I should be quick here because we do not have much time. But I believe if I just go like this, we should have a fairly decent looking sort of campfire. So we'll go like that and then like that, and we'll just get rid of this row right here. Still technically 1.5 there, so we should definitely get the fire on here before we have a complete failure of a campfire, but thankfully the fire should be fairly easy there. And there we have that. That's a little bit better. Throw these logs on the sides. Now let's grab some wool. 4 row at a time. We have yellow, red, and all that, and of course red will be in the center there, so we'll just sort of make a whole lot of random, I guess maybe some coal blocks too would be good if I can spell them correctly there. Some coal. Throw in some coal there. I'm not sure if people even see it, but there we go. A little bit of charcoal on the side of the logs, like that. Build it up. 48 seconds. Better hurry. Got some yellow in there. Of course, these flames are going to kind of start going upwards a bit. Sort of like that. Let's see if I can do not the best. Like that, maybe. A bit of red in there. A little bit of coals, and then we'll finish it off with some orange. And this is, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this deserves first at all, but you know, probably spent a little bit too much time on the logs there, but that's always the sort of the fun of a build battle and those things, is that you gotta enjoy that. And we'll again place a couple more of this. Put in some more of this and a bit more of the red. It's not horrible, you know, it's not amazing. The proportions are a bit off. I feel like the stick should be smaller and the fire should be larger, but there we go. Okay, so we have the atmosphericness, and we have someone next to it. That's pretty good, honestly. I'm going to say that's a good. I like that. The glass, I'm not sure how, the sea lanterns don't really work for me, but that one's like almost the exact same as mine, but I feel like that one's better than mine, so I'm going to give that one a good. Pretty good. We got that nice fire next to it and all that. Now we have this one. Yeah, again, very similar idea. They even have the spruce on top of each other. I think most, it's funny because even though, you know, of course, Hypixel is a 1.8 server, it seems like most people are doing that. Looks like Cube is in here too. We have this one. That's actually really good. I'm going to give that an epic. I really enjoy that one. I think this one should win. We'll see which one does win. This one is, yeah, pretty good, honestly. I'm going to say that's a good as well. Maybe even an epic, honestly. I think there's the particle use there seems to be really well done. This one, I'm going to say that's an okay. It just sort of, it's a bit random, honestly, for me. I feel like that also the dirt here and the sort of broken blocks doesn't work well, but overall it's good. This one, I'm not sure there's random particles and like blinking eyes here and stuff, but it's decent. I'm going to say like okay. And this one, it's raining. Doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't see any fire. But there we go. It's a very small campfire. Wait, how did they get the campfire block? How did they do that? And then we have this one. Oh, marshmallow. That's a good one. We'll do maybe epic, because it's kind of smart to use the marshmallow there. But I wonder how someone got the campfire. That's weird. Again, very similar, kind of small. Let's see. I'd say good. I like that. It's decent. A lot of people here. And when we have this one, I don't think it really works, honestly, with the wood. So probably going to say, I don't know. Let's see here. This one, the fire, it doesn't look like a fire to me. So I think we'll go like that, just because it is good. But I think that, you know, there is a point where I don't think it really resembles a fire. Here's my one. I don't think this one's honestly very good. So I don't think it deserves that much. But, you know, it's there. It exists. Maybe you just started the campfire. Maybe it hasn't spread to all the logs yet. Cube's one. So there's someone burning in the fire. It's fine. Let's see here. I like the fire. I like the trees around it. And this one. Interesting. Maybe just because they got that there. Like, how did they get that? I honestly don't know. It's funny. I have no idea how they got that there, but I mean, cool. I got third. Third isn't horrible. I'm not sure if I even deserve that much, but we'll do one more round of build battle, because why not? It's sort of fun, and we'll see what happens there. Let's see. 2 seconds till we pick what theme we're going to do. And let's see here. Trampoline, self-portrait, plate. We self-portrait. I can try doing it myself. I don't think that'll win, though. We'll see. Pencil. People want to do a pencil. Wonder why. It's always funny to me which ones win and which ones don't, because it's like, you know, I don't know. Pencil seems really simple, but I guess we'll do that. We'll grab the materials. Of course, it'll be the traditional pencils, so wool will look good there. Maybe some orange or yellow or that kind of idea. So some black and some gray. Some maybe terracotta actually would look better, because we can use this as sort of like the wood, or maybe this as the wood, or maybe that. These are pretty good though. Someone said in the chat, these build battle lobbies are 1.14. Oh, that would be why. This shows how much I play build battle. So that means that if I pick, let's see. So I could do sea pickles. Let's see if I can do sea pickles. Oh, that's weird. Just duplicated that option, saying I have no idea how I did that. So sea pickles, right? Like that's, no, it says I can't use it. So I'm not actually sure. Maybe, but I can use campfires. Let's see. Yeah, I can. That's weird. So I wonder why I can't use sea pickles, but I can use campfires. Very interesting. Okay, so I guess before we lose all of our time, I guess we'll make like a pencil. So I guess we'll do it vertically, maybe. Yeah, I think so. So we'll start with, of course, the pencil lead all the way through there. We'll need some gray, actually, even maybe some iron for like the metal sort of bit around the top. I'm not sure if I should have started this way, but whatever. We'll start all the way up here. Have the pink part, and we'll have like the eraser. We'll sort of do like, how much time do we have here? Not a lot, so we'll do like that, and then we'll sort of make it a lot larger. And then we just need the metal bit around the bottom there, sort of like this, just like that there. And then I guess maybe 2 around there. Probably there's usually a decent amount, and then we can sort of go the yellow and red, I guess. I'm sure like, or yellow and orange, I'm sure like everyone will be doing this sort of traditional pencil, but that's fine. Go down here, like this will be a square pencil, of course, because it's Minecraft, you have to build with squares, so do I like the red and yellow? I'm not sure, I'd probably just do just one of them, but that's okay. I don't think we have honestly a good alternative yellow right now, so I'm not sure, but let us use concrete. Maybe. We'll find out. Does it? Oh, it does. Okay. I have no idea what the rules are that you can use or not, so I guess we'll do concrete and wool. It's like here I'm restricting myself to 1.8 blocks, and apparently I can use most of the ones. I'm not sure why I can't use the sea pickles, maybe because of some sort of issue around the way the server works or something. We'll build this. We'll go like that, and of course we'll have the real pencil because it'll have the lead there in the middle, so it's kind of accurate or something. Build that up and put that there. And to anyone just joining on the stream, this is my 200,000 subscriber special stream. Nothing really particularly planned. We've just been playing around more or less on Hypixel on my Minecraft server. I might hop back on there again a little bit later. Looks like we're running out of time here. I think I like the white terracotta, maybe. Yeah, I think that works best for like pencil shavings, but yeah, and then sort of just been doing a bunch of interesting things to sort of celebrate that, and I think that that works. It's not amazing, honestly. I think that there's like, this part here could be better, so maybe like if we make it go a little bit higher up, sort of using that, we could even like get like a bit of texture there and like throw in some of this, you know, because it's sort of like, it's wood, so I think it would make sense if, you know, we have some mixture of different block types in there, and I don't know, mix it up a little bit maybe. Maybe sort of like give it more of like a slowly shrinking look, and then to the bottom there, like we want kind of more of a sort of realistic pencil. I mean, to be fair too, when you shave pencils, usually it doesn't shave evenly, so I guess it would make sense if, or sharpen pencils, not shaved pencils, but like that, and sort of see that. I think that looks decent. I mean, like that maybe, and then we could have some paper that it's writing on. I had so much black wool here, because I keep using pick block. We could sort of like put some sort of text or whatever on the side. I don't know if people get what that's trying to be, but I don't know. Doesn't really work. I was trying to think of like the words of like number 2 or whatever, but it doesn't really work on there. And then we can just get some white wool for paper. We can just throw that down on the bottom in the 20 seconds to make our little piece of paper that it's writing on fairly quickly. See if we can throw it on there in time. Doesn't really work, but whatever. Finish it up just in time. One more row, and that's probably decent. It's not amazing, but you know, it's a pencil. It looks like a pencil. Okay, this one says hi. There's a random ghost built, so I don't know. I don't really like it because I think that it's not super focused. It's not bad. Here's my one. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's amazing. It's fine. Maybe the eraser is too big. It's hard to say. It's always hard to do scale because you have like so little time. This one doesn't really work at all, so like that. The gold ore on the side is kind of interesting choice though. Here's a red pencil with a glass drawing a heart. That's pretty good actually. I like that. That's good. And sort of the sandstone is smart actually to use the, there we have like a sort of like a marker. It's kind of cool. I like that. And we have sort of, it says HB I think on the side. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'd say it's good. This confirmed vote is good. Let's see. This one's sort of similar to what I was doing. It has like the black lines, very wide. Let's say good. Well, maybe okay. It's a decent pencil. It's hard to say, honestly. And I don't like that. It's just sort of random things on the ground. I got the idea, but I think that, you know, using the heads on there just doesn't work that well. And then this one's almost the exact same as my one, but I'm going to say this one's pretty good as well. So there we go. And I'm not sure if there's any more. There's one more. Some lines and things. A plus apparently they got. I'm going to say, yeah, it's good. Pencil's kind of simple, so I'm not sure if it works with the overall theme. Very small pencil, lots of signs and random stuff. And I don't know, I don't like that much, honestly. It's okay. And we have here pencil. Yeah, it's okay. The red eraser over the pink one. Interesting design choice there. Sort of like the smallest circle you can do with that. Sideways pencil. Yeah, that works. I would say that's pretty good. I do like how they use the floor. Like that's smart to use that. Then we just have hello there, small pencil. Yeah, the signs there are kind of nice actually. The hopper on the bottom, like that's built well. So maybe I'll say good just because it's like sort of smart the way they built it, and so I have one, so that's pretty cool. I'm not sure how good my pencil was, but yeah, that's cool. And yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. Do the build battles and all that. So there we go. We have earned 25 points, or 25 score in first place. So we're gonna go to the lobby in 3 seconds here as we teleport. And thank you to everyone for the GGs in the chat there. It's kind of fun to do the build battle. You can even see here in the lobby sort of builds and things on the bottom there, maybe like trying to show that. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the lobby, and we're going to take a look at all the different things that are there. Let's see. We're to Mystery Arcade Games, Build Battle, Dropper. Dropper, actually. I think if that's like the standard dropper I know of, those are really fun. Let's see if it is. Yeah, it is. It looks like it anyway. It's hard to say. We'll find out. But I do like dropper maps, so we'll find out. If it is a dropper map that I'm aware of, or if it's something else, we'll find. We'll it says starting in 14 seconds, so try and find any little secrets around here. We have this. I love this. There's a floating lily pad, so you know. Or maybe it's just there might be water actually behind the glass that isn't rendering. That could be it, because I do have sodium on, so. It is a dropper. Look at that, that's cool. Let's see if we can win. I'm going to turn off our thing. So we'll go down here. Is that the water down there? Look at that. That's pretty good. Cool. We have this one now. Trying to see where the water is. It's hard to see. Say it's in the corner there. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, I almost did it. I was so close. I think I can do it this time. And there we go. Perfect. Not perfect, I suppose. This is one fail on my record forever, but that's pretty good. And we have this one. Okay, looks like there's a slime block, so I'm going to say I have to go to the slime. Oh, that's a melon. It's a melon. It's tricked me with the melon. I've been tricked by a melon. There's water, there's water. Is that water? Yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. There we go. I'm pretty good at stuff like this. Not amazing. I'm like the third try, so I have 3 more to do, it looks like. There are 2 more. So I have to go this way maybe. I'll just... There we go. There's the water. Can we make it? Can we make it? Yes. There we go. That was a pretty easy one. I got the little life rings there. Like it's a... Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, so close. Okay. So... I feel like only one of them is going to be correct. Like usually with these things, you know, not all of them are going to work. So I feel like I don't think we can actually make it through that one. So we'll go through this one now if we can make it. And that was a bad jump. Try. Okay, I think I did it incorrectly again. I think I have to go for that one in the corner. I don't even know if we can make it to that one. I think there's actually one in the center I'm not seeing. That's probably the one it is. Oh, and there's that. And then there's water at the bottom. No. Close to it though. Let's find out. This one's a lot more difficult. It's hard because the gold looks like blue on my crosshair. If I get rid of my crosshair, it'll probably be quite a bit easier. We weren't able to move in time. It's fun though. I really enjoy these kind of droppers because you get the build, but you also have the sort of action to it. So very, very interesting doing that. Super fun. Oh, there's the water. There's water. Oh, so close, so close. Yes, there we go. That was pretty good. That was, I mean, it wasn't amazing. I did fail quite a bit, but I think that, yeah, I did decent. Oh, and we just, complete, there we go, finished third. That's pretty good. I mean, there's not a lot of people on, but, you know, it's not worst. I find these things pretty fun. Let's take a look at what that map was even like down here, because there was so many interesting things. We had, there's a pirate ship. I think that's a pirate ship, or maybe it is. Hard to say. It's funny because, like, from the top everything looks normal, but if you go down here, it's like everything's kind of distorted, so it looks normal from above. You know, like this is too long, these are too sort of stretched, so it's like everything's kind of stretched to make it look like it's normal when you're looking at it from far away. And then I guess we fell through the pirate ship, and this was the gold there, and it's like you couldn't even see half the stuff. Like, there's no way you could literally ever see the stuff back here. So it's kind of funny that I guess there's nothing really built here either, but it's pretty fun. So I guess I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna go to the next round. So we'll just go through here, or I'm not sure. This is current map. Oh, 40 seconds left. I guess if I left and rejoined, I'd probably go to a new one. So we'll probably do that. Then we can go to a new round. But that was really fun. Hopefully there's a new map we can try out. I really like that. We'll do another dropper. Let's see. Pixel Party, Skyblock. We're in a weird lobby, so let's see if we can go back to the standard lobby. Main menu, and then we can go to the dropper. Let's see here. So there's the dropper, and we're going to try that again, but hopefully this time on a different map. So is this different? We'll find out. But hopefully we can do it. That should be fairly fun. And tell me in the chat, has anyone here ever played a dropper map? Very, very old sort of thing in the Minecraft community, has been around for a long time, but still looks pretty cool. It's funny, I think in 1.8 this does not connect, but in my version it does, so it's kind of funny. Oh no, I didn't want to... Oh, I teleported by accident because I was right-clicking with the thing in my hand. That wasn't very smart. And we'll go back through the chain of clicks to get back to the dropper map here. But if anyone's just joining the stream, I am doing just a 200k stream to sort of just celebrate reaching 200k. And yeah, I'm on Hypixel right now playing some a dropper map, I guess, starting in 20 seconds, as you just saw. And I was just on my Minecraft SMP. I'll throw up, we'll wait for the dropper map to start. My social medias on Twitter at Eyecraft_MC. I am tweeting regularly now, so if you want to learn all about my tweets and what I'm saying and Creeper Crunch and all these things, the cereal, then you can follow me on Twitter. So, okay, I think it's really hard because I think my paper is loading things incorrectly. I actually got hurt, but I didn't die there. I don't think that's supposed to happen, but looks like first time. Glitched or not, we have won. Yeah, my sodium is not rendering these things correctly. Okay, let's see. There's the water. That's really easy. We'll just jump in this one. These are very easy maps. This must be an easier difficulty, or maybe just because we're still at the start. Guess we'll find out if we can do it no fails. Oh, there's the same one. Okay, I think I know this one then. So you go through. You want to go on the side. Let's see if I can do... This is a really hard one, I remember, so... Oh my gosh, first time? Yes, look at that. Look at that, first time. That's 3. We're on medium, so we'll see what we can do next time, but no fails. Not done this one yet, so I'll probably die on this one. Looks like most people are jumping onto the tree. That's probably smart. Not sure if I can just like do one more. It's like lots of fall damage. There's water down there, but let's see if we can do if we just jump all the way off. And it looks like there's gonna be water. There's water on the edge. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my gosh, still no fails. No fails. Can we do it? That's 4 out of 5 done. So we have 1 more to go and no fail run. That would be insane. Oh, this is gonna be so hard. Oh, this is gonna be so difficult. Let's see what everyone else... Seems like everyone's trying to go for that corner. So it seems like that's got to be the corner that you go, I would assume. And oh no, that's gonna be... So first fail. So not no fail run, but you know, it's not horrible. Looks like you can go through. This is a very difficult one. Makes it very hard to do a no fail run there, but oh, we made it to 2, but then no. So I've done these, and usually it's more of a maze than anything. It's not a lot of skill. It's just you're sort of trying to find the right one to fall into. Like almost, here we go. We almost got it there. I think we found the right one. I think it's this. Was it that? Oh, I think it's this one. Yeah, and then we kind of made it. We just have to get to the right angle. Very difficult to get that propelled right. Very close. It's like a block off. Let's see. Jump off there, and there we go. Okay, now we have it. And oh, so close, so close, so close. No, so close. I wonder if there's anything down the middle one. Probably not, right? No. Okay. I couldn't even tell if it was a hole or not. It's really difficult to see. Looks like some people are trying that one. I'm gonna try that one. I guess I shouldn't fall the opposite way. Probably be smart. Go this way. I did make it before on that one, so we'll try for that one again. It's very difficult. Looks like most people are not doing it. Let's see. Maybe if I go this one. Oh no, there we go. Almost got it. It's difficult. It's kind of fun though, because see if I fail too many times, I'll skip it and I'll be a failure. First try on everyone, but the last one just it got me. So let's see. Oh, so close, so close. Can we? Yes. Oh my goodness. I was surprised I got that one. That was really difficult. Wow. Look at that. Total fails. 16 fails on the last map, and I'm third again, which is kind of funny because I was third the first time. But there we go. So that's pretty good. I'm fairly happy with that, especially since I've never played that one before, and I suppose the more you do it. So how does this even work? I guess it just goes through all these different sort of like factory things. Goes through here. Another 20 seconds till another round, so we don't have to wait for too long. But it's very interesting. I'm not sure what this one's called. Illusion? Can we see the full name? Doesn't look like it. It says Illusion, that's what it's called. Interesting. So there's a unloaded gap there in the build, which is interesting as well. Got the little arrows to go down in here. So I'm trying to think, I wonder what the best thing that says game over. Probably was supposed to do something to finish it and I didn't. Probably was failing miserably because I didn't know what to do to finish off the game, but there we go. Maybe it just says game over because this ended. Now I don't know what to do with this lobby. Ores. There's the dropper. So we'll try that again, I suppose. Dropper. Hopefully there's some new maps we haven't tried yet. We can do that again. I quite enjoy dropper maps, so see if we can get more skilled at them as time goes along. Probably should switch to 1.8 if I want to be really on top of it, but that's okay. Let's see here. Map voting. I can vote for the map. I can do city. City sounds fun. I always like city builds. They're one of my favorites. Just because there's so much detail. There's so many interesting things there. But yeah, thank you again to everyone for helping me reach 200,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it. If anyone has any questions they'd like to ask me, absolutely feel free to do that, and I will try and answer them if I see them. Okay, I think I know what to do here again. I think this one I got first time. I don't think I'm going to get first time here again. Oh, maybe I will. This one's probably just really easy, I guess, so we'll try and do this one. Try and be first. Looks like I did get that city map I wanted, so that's good, and we'll just go downwards, and oh, there's the water. Can we get it first time? The easy ones are very easy. Usually I'm getting most of them first time. They must just be meant to be sort of just run through them. The person in front of me is very skilled. It seems like every time it's been this one the third time, and oh, there we go again. Again, first three maps. First time, so that's pretty good, but I'm guessing, I guess we'll try the city one now. Well, this looks a lot more difficult. Let's try this one out. We got the plane, we got all these different things, and there's the water, and oh, we're so close, so close. So close, but yet so far. There's the water. There we go. That's pretty good. Second time, so one fail for the first four ones. Oh no, it's this one. Oh no, oh no. It's my greatest weakness is this dropper map. I haven't looked around, I just tried it. It's like still half the time it's this stupid map. Okay, let's see. This is not easy. Go this way. Falling down. Someone says, here we go again. Yes. So let's try this one. It's really hard though, because to get the angle right, like I'm not even sure what I'm... Maybe if I like run? Like jump on like the edge? Like that? Does that work? Oh, that does work. Oh, okay. That's how you do it. I see. Okay. So I want to just kind of jump like that. Or maybe that doesn't work. I can't tell. Maybe just this one. See if I can get it. I think like some of them you can't reach. I'm not actually sure if there's like a specific... Again, that's pretty close. I'm not sure how I got it before though. Okay, this one, oh, that almost seemed like a viable path to victory. That's so close, no. It's like one block over. Oh wait, there, I had like a bit of a boost. I didn't use it. See here. Oh yeah, there we go, there we go. Can we make it? No. Try like a different path. It's one of those. See, this one doesn't work. I think we'll just keep trying this one because we keep being able to get it to a certain point. Just kind of try and... Oh, so close. There's like one block off. So close. And then we just die at like the easiest point to not do that. I'm not sure if there's actually a way of doing it or if people are just trying. Like maybe there's a other path to do it that's better. It's hard to say. Most of them I just keep dying though. It's like once you get past one, it's like I'm not sure how you'd move in time. And I didn't finish, unfortunately. But that's okay. Still cool to see this map, and definitely something that I'll have to try and do a better job at later on. But there we go. So what we'll probably do is we're probably going to go back onto my SMP for a little bit and say hi to everyone on there again, because why not? Here we are. I just fell off there because I am no longer in a dropper map, so there's a raid. That is not ideal. Apparently there's a raid anyway. It looks like there's one, so we'll find that out. But if anyone is just joining, two great pieces of information for everyone to know. The first one is, because all of you guys requested it in my last streams, not everyone, but a lot of people, I do now have channel memberships. So more or less that means that for a very small price, I think it's like $3 a month, you get to have all kinds, well, not all kinds for now, but soon, about 12 emotes and badges, and also this amazing sort of, like, it's like a badge next to your name where they can see that you've been a channel member. And you can also, I believe, send one message a month in a live stream that's like basically like a super chat. I forget exactly how it works, but it's like a highlighted message. So if you want to become a channel member, your channel member joining will also show up on the stream right now, and then you can chat on there and your name will be highlighted every time you sort of chat on the stream. And you can even use those emotes in my comments of any video. And the other thing is that this is my SMP, and if anyone wants to join it, I do have a Discord server, should be link in the chat, and I'm sure most people on here already know, but if you do not know, there's lots of cool things planned, lots of awesome things going on, and lots of great videos in the future. And speaking of the future, something that's very, very cool is the fact that, as we all know, 1.20 is coming right around the corner, which is very exciting, of course, and as well as 1.20 coming right up, we also have Minecon or Minecraft Live, which is basically Minecon Live. It's been called both those things before, and I think that I will be making a lot of videos on it, about it. I don't believe I can do a live reaction to it just because of copyright laws and stuff, but I should be able to do a sort of a full analysis of all the updates, and also when we have those mob votes, I should be able to talk about which mob, you know, has what abilities, maybe which one is best. We already know there is going to be a mob vote, so I guess we'll just find out when the mob vote will be. Well, of course we know when it'll be, but when they'll be announced. And let's see if we can kill the laggy creeper there. Yeah, more or less should be very exciting to see that. I have some awesome videos planned very soon here for 1.20, so hopefully, I think tomorrow I've planned one to go up. Maybe it's Monday, but it's one of those 2 days. And just some amazing videos talking about new features coming up and everything. And again, thank you just to everyone who's been joining on and just supporting the channel and all that. I really do appreciate that. Now, back to my server. There's some interesting things we have not looked at yet, and some cool features on here we might take a small look at. Now, the first one is, if you notice here next to the spawn point, we actually have this little house. Looks like sort of a ship, I think it's supposed to look like. Sort of like a sailing ship, or maybe like a pirate ship, which is pretty cool. Looks like we were definitely lagging quite a bit here, unfortunately. But what's really good news is that the server will be upgraded very soon. We have this interesting window here. Now, do I have Silk Touch? I do not. So I'll have to find the entrance here. And let's find this out. I think we have one house down here, one house above. It's hard to say. There's some secret things hidden around here, so we'll find that out. But let's take a look. Sorry about my microphone there. And we have at spawn actually some secrets. Now, I found these a while ago. We're going to find out the secrets at spawn, which which is very interesting. Now, I don't exactly remember where they are, but it is somewhere around here. I believe there are some secrets, and so maybe if we just dig down, it was one of these. I believe it's just here. Maybe it's here. I think if we just dig down, I think there's something we can find. Oh, there is. Look at this. That's interesting. Oh, it's the Alley Cafe. That's what we've dug into. We've dug into the Alley Cafe. That's not the secret I was thinking of. I thought somewhere through here, maybe not. I thought there was something around here, like a, thought someone had a sort of some sort of project or something. Well, I remember what it is. It's up here. We have a really cool community area. So again, all these community things are awesome. We have a bee and crop farm. I guess that button doesn't do anything. I thought it would open up the dirt. But if we find the entrance here, we can hopefully find our way into here, and more or less there is, well, I guess we'll just, or that doesn't even work. We'll find it, but there's some really awesome things that people have been working on, community farms and things where, you know, as I was talking about earlier, I always find it so cool to see what people have done sort of to make the community work better. So for instance here, you know, any player can go through here, I'm assuming, and just harvest this. We can of course harvest this with Fortune 3. We can grab all those wheat crops and we can replant the wheat. There's limited from the build battle match there. We can of course replant that to make sure it all works. And then put in the extra seeds. I'm sure there's a chest here. I guess there's not. I'd probably put a chest here, but of course whatever people want, and you can always go through here and sort of do the same thing for the carrots and just have that. And it's actually smart. You might be wondering why there's bees in here, and the answer is really a good one actually. And that's the fact that you can use bees inside of Minecraft to speed up the growth of crops. And so what's being done right here is that the bees are attracted to the flowers here. So they pollinate the flowers, and on their way back with pollen, they'll actually make these crops grow a lot faster. And so what's really cool about that is you have a great system for basically doing that. And someone says, check out Peace Isle, and I can absolutely check that out if someone wants to lead me to it. I do have Elytra. Yeah, there is this thing called Peace Isle on the server. A very large sort of civilization project, similar to the Spawn Point and some other ones. And a lot of the most dedicated members are doing things with that. So we'll check that out. Now, if you're wondering what Peace Isle is, it's basically an interesting build that's been done on a mushroom island. Now, of course, we all know that a mushroom island is a place that does not have mobs that spawn at it that are hostile. And so I'm assuming that's the idea of Peace Isle, is that there's no hostile mobs, nothing to worry about, anything like that. We're going to take a look at the projects that have been done there. There's some sort of like a seaside town and some other builds and things. So I'm assuming this is the right way to go. I'm not sure. I just have to wait for everyone. Looks like we go this way? I have no idea what we're trying to do. I guess I'll just go this way. It looks like that's the correct way to go, so we'll go this way. But yeah, we'll find out what's around here. And I believe this project's been going on for a very long time. Someone says we need to get to the nether roof. But I think this way does go there as well, so we'll go over here. It looks like all these rails tend to have not a lot of minecarts that are on them. I suppose we could fly on here, so that's probably the best idea if we can survive it. So it's fairly far away. There we go. We nearly died, so we'll have to be fairly careful there before we die of nether flight dangers. It's so funny. I found that even inside of Minecraft, once I build, like, let's say ice tunnels, I still have issues with I'll still fly in the ice tunnels instead of just using the boat. So it's sort of funny because you'd assume the best idea would just be to use the boats, and it kind of is sort of like out here we have the rail, but people are still flying. So sort of Elytra are really, in a sense, one of the best ways of traveling, although of course ice boats are quicker no matter what. So I think this goes through there. I'm not sure. It says Peace Mountain Portal, so I'm assuming this is the way there. So we're going to go through here, and then we can take a look at Peace Isle as probably... Oh, someone says, no, it's not. It's not. Okay, well, you'll have to show me where, and I can find it. Yeah, but more or less, there's some cool project being done here. Let's fly there. Okay. Guess we go over here. No, looks like that goes somewhere. I'm not sure. I guess we're trying to fly down here. Okay, I see. Let's see if we can make it. It's always difficult to do. Oh, this is dangerous. The thing of the Totem of Undying. Nearly went into the lava there. Okay. Very, very well set up pathways, I would say here. So probably, you know, always a good idea to maybe try and be more careful with this kind of thing. But it's the wrong way. I have no idea. We'll just keep following Cube there. Hopefully they know where they're going. Because I do not. But we'll find out. And we'll go this way. And more or less, I almost used the totem there. Oh boy. Hopefully this is the right way. I feel like this is not the right way, but we'll find out. We only have 8 more rockets, so if not, I can always sort of try it out later. There's some sort of a pathway. So, Eyecraftmc lost in the nether on stream. On stream, and of course we're about to be killed by a hawkling. Oh boy. There we are. We have 7. Guess we'll follow. Find out where to go. That was fairly close. I don't know why it has to be this far away, but keep dying again. Hopefully our thing will regenerate their health. And we can finish the tour here of the area. And let's find out what we're doing here. But you'd assume there would be a pathway there, so I'm not exactly sure where we're supposed to be going here, but we'll find out. And it is interesting. I think this is sort of, to me, a good example of one of the reasons why it's always so important to set up a good system of nether transportation, because obviously there isn't a good system here. And I think that, you know, although some things like that might seem like they take a lot of effort, at the end of the day, you know, if something like this isn't set up and people just fly and they don't really worry about building something like that, there can often be some unfortunate consequences to that, like there it is. And apparently here's the portal, which is barely connected to anything, so I'm not exactly sure why it's like that, but well, apparently Cube says there's something on the nether roof, which I guess makes sense. But still, I think that having a good system of that no matter what is good. And it looks like we're inside of the water. I believe this is all manually placed water, and it is. We have a conduit there, and you can see the absolute massive amount of work that's been done in this area. It's actually hard to see it all because there's so much. I don't know if one of you has some fireworks there I could borrow, but it is pretty crazy to see already here what's been done, and all of this is built on the mushroom island. So if we go to the F3, this mushroom field, this entire thing, and you can imagine how much effort it would be to do this, and so it just is crazy. And if we go here is Peace Mountain. So this is a project that I'm not sure if it'll ever be finished or not because it's incredibly ambitious, but still super cool looking project. You can see they're trying to custom build an entire mountain. And of course, doing that is very difficult. I'm not sure if this was, this is being made with Lightmatica, which is a program that sort of shows you to replace blocks for different builds, or if it's just something that they're sort of trying to manually do. But either way, incredibly cool to see something like this. And I think that, you know, it's so cool to see what people are doing. And as an interesting fact, actually, while we're here, if you notice here, the acacia trees have green leaves, very vibrantly green leaves, and that's kind of because of 2 interesting things. The first thing is that we have in the mushroom island, the grass color is the same as that of the jungle, and so because of that, even things like, let's say, you know, the acacia trees from the savanna biome are going to appear very sort of green and like a jungle. And someone was saying in the chat there that this was fully built out of their mind, the mountain there, so that's pretty cool. Definitely be a lot of work to finish it, but still awesome to see sort of the idea of such an amazing project. And for part that was finished, you can see here we have just this amazing sort of landscaping and excavating that have been done to build this water system. We have like this sort of pathway with the water streams, and we can go through here and we can just enjoy all that. And I'm sure eventually there might be a city here or some farms or something. And apparently there's a map, so we'll go take a look at that. But lots of really cool looking things. And I mean, really, even things like this tree here, you know, it might look like almost small compared to the rest of this, but, you know, in a way, even just something like that is a lot of effort, of course, to do. And so here, for instance, we have a giant custom portal. I'm not sure if it's done or not, but it is still definitely very cool. I'm not sure if the map's down here or not. I remember seeing it a while ago, actually, but it is very cool to see sort of the the things that have been done. Now over here, this might be where the map is actually. Here it is. So you can see the entire island here. You can sort of see the part that has been worked on, has the grass over it. The part that doesn't, just the mycelium, which funny enough actually shows up as purple. And we can see here, there's all these interesting sort of like there's that water pattern. There's this sort of lakeside area we're going to look at in a second. Some farms, and just overall taking this and turning it into something. It almost looks like a face or something, like a pig face with like the eye and the nose and the mouth and maybe like the hair. But either way, whatever it's supposed to look like, it's very cool for sure. Over here is that town I was talking about, and I really like this as well because it's really built well in my opinion. And I think that because everything here, of course, has been built just completely artificially, I think that it's awesome to see something like this where even those mountains are sort of fake and built in. So we have here this, these are made with the mushroom blocks. Now I love that because a lot of people don't build out of mushroom blocks, especially not mushroom stems, but mushroom stems are a really great block to build out of, and especially in combination with the quartz pillars there, you really do get a nice effect there with sort of the wallpaper look and then the reinforcement look. And we have the azalea leaves, and we have sort of the unlit campfires as well, which makes that I'm assuming somewhat of a Greek look that this is going for, but whatever it's going for, it's very cool. And it looks like insert_nickname has built this, and we even have like a house here with like a little interesting bunk bed idea almost, and even here we have like a chest, and of course there's this potato on the desk there, and just lots of interesting little elements to make this look more real and more look like a actual sort of Mediterranean or at least coastal looking city. And so here, for instance, we have these beautiful little market shops, and this reminds me of some things I've seen people build a long time ago. And I think that, back in I think it was 2013, Dan TDM did this YouTube Let's Play on the Xbox, and this is like a very old series, and I don't even think he remembers doing it because I remember him referencing it in a video that he didn't remember doing it, but in it he built some sort of little market stalls like this, and these remind me of that a little bit. Of course they're built a lot better because it's modern Minecraft and not from 2013, but still I think it is very cool to see the different things that people have built here, and just overall awesome to see all the work that's being done, and very inspiring. I mean, even like this, custom built trees. We have those vines hanging down meant to sort of blend into the tree. We have these different houses that have been built with nice contrasting colors and things, and really it definitely makes it super cool to see what's been done over here. For instance, we have a partially built, it looks like clock tower house, also very cool. You can see here, this doesn't look like it's quite done, but we have a very complicated floor. We have these walls with the stripped logs, of course, lots of logs, so definitely a large amount of effort. It's like a dark area down here, would be dangerous normally, absolutely. Even seems to go into this massive cave. However, of course, because it's the Mushroom Island, you can actually have that. And I feel like, something I've always enjoyed thinking about is if a bunch of players made a massive Minecraft city all together, and it's cool because with something like this you can actually do that, and maybe even have things where certain things are completely dark but there's not zombies, and almost like a way of sort of showing like it's kind of like a safe area. Because it's funny, people don't think of this a lot, but it is true lore wise inside of Minecraft. It's sort of a medieval zombie apocalypse game, which is kind of an interesting genre for sure, but that is kind of what it's meant to be. And so it's pretty cool to see that, and even all the builds done here. And we even have over here another sort of, looks like somewhat of a castle build over here. We have again interesting mixtures of blocks and block choices. We have what we saw earlier there. It seems like a lot of people are having the black stone and the deep slate in builds together. I love this here. We have the I love little things like this because I feel like I would use this in a build eventually. We have sort of the copper blocks there behind these to give it that somewhat industrial look. So lots of really great quality to that. But either way, that's going to probably be about the end of my 100 or 200. It's been so fast, I think it's 100. That's about the end of my 200,000 subscriber special. I really hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow me on all my social medias. There should be links in the chat for that. And If everyone wants to watch back the video, we look back through some of my old YouTube videos. We played on the server a bunch, then we played on Hypixel. We came back on here for about 20 minutes, and I'd like to thank you for all that, and I hope that you have a great rest of your Saturday. And I just realized I forgot to play background music through the entirety of this, but either way, I will see you later and have a great day. Goodbye.